Good morning, Metru Nui! Welcome back to another episode of the Barraki Talk Show. We're your hosts, the Mielik brothers,
Jacob,
Samuel,
Thomas, and we're glad you're joining us today as we talk our way through the weird and wondrous world of Bionicle. But first, coming up on the Barraki Talk Show. If only Chester the Cheetah was Keetongu, everything would be perfect.
world hunger would end.
there would be no sin.
So, like, anything Keetongu touches becomes his forever.
So true.
So, like, if there's Keetongu art, it's
Voporak
Katart.
shields, they're Keetongu shields now.
Katart. Yeah, the Voporak shields are Keetongu shields. And this was the only Roodaka art I found that could be shared on any platform. All that and more coming up on the Barraki Talk Show.
While the Toa Metru were away, many powerful factions and beings came out to play on the desecrated island of Metru Nui. Today we will be covering these extraordinary beings and seeing exactly who they are and what they can do.
Dun dun dun.
Da, 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 da.
And for clarification, that is beings. B-E-I-N-G, not B-E-A-N, like the thing from Lord of the Beans.
Or from England.
I like how you went to Lord of the Beans.
Lord of the Beans is an insane place to go first.
We're talking about powerful beings, and I just thought, well, powerful beans, like Lord of the Beans.
Okay.
You're a powerful being.
The
I'll
beans of
sort of
power,
accept
you know, okay. That's just where I went. But that was all too entirely Boxor. Anyway, moving on to the true lore of Bionicle Titans. And I thought we'd start with a bang, because we're going to do Roodaka first. Roodaka first. And I was surprised how much lore she had. Like, I knew she did a lot, but it's more than all of the other people on this list almost combined.
How many people are on this list? Aren't there... Oh,
there's only 6 people.
Roodaka on here?
No.
Okay.
I just want to say, Roodaka...
What? 6 people? I can only think of 3 Titans.
That's because there's 3 combiners.
Yeah.
Oh, the shadowed one.
Yeah.
Sentrakh.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're spoiling it.
No
You're
spoilers.
spoiling
No spoilers.
I'll redact this.
Whatever
or
you
Thomas
do
can
not
redact it.
go check the Brickset page for Bionicle combiners from 2004. Okay?
That will spoil.
That'll
Don't
spoil
check
everything.
anything about Bionicle. That will spoil the entire podcast.
You know what? Don't even listen to this podcast because that will spoil Bionicle.
Don't talk to any of your friends. That'll spoil the podcast. Just only listen to us, guys. Okay.
No, but by
There's
listening
no
to
such
us, they're
things as
also
echo
spoiling
chambers.
Bionicle.
Only listen to us.
Yes.
We are your echo chamber.
Moving on. So, Roodaka. We'll start with the easy stuff. So that's her titles and the basics of like where she stands in the world. So she's a Vortex from Zia. That's the island that Vortex are from. I know.
Whoa,
crazy.
wow, that's crazy.
I know.
I can't believe that.
Yep. An interesting thing about the Vortex, they all pretty much look exactly like Roodaka. Even the guys.
They all wear high heels.
Yep. The high heels are built in. That's just part of their feet.
Love it.
I know, I'm like...
What about the rock she heads?
I thought male Vortex had like slightly different physiology. No?
I have no clue. It is slightly different, but like from... If you're just looking at them, you can't tell the difference. It's like dwarves. Anyway, so I was like, what a bizarre lore tidbit to add.
For some reason, it made me think of, is it the Navi? Navi from Avatar? Yeah. Like, they're from a distance, you really can't tell
that's
either.
True. Yeah, it's probably
Good
something
point.
similar. Anyway, she is also a high-ranking member of Vortex Society, and she is a high-ranking member of the Brotherhood of Makuta, being halfway in charge of, like, their main army.
Mm-hmm.
So she's got a ton of political connections, and she's... as the official title, Viceroy of the Vizorak Hordes. She's not the leader. That's Sidorak, technically.
I just like to think then at the end when Vakama beats Roodaka, he's like, now Viceroy, we will discuss a new treaty.
Exactly.
Another Star Wars reference.
Yeah,
Nice job, Greg.
Start putting a
Greg
Star
was
Wars
on it,
reference counter up there.
Yeah.
Samuel is
actually, we forgot
sick
to
and
mention
tired
that.
of counters.
So, really
yeah.
quickly, this is sort of related to what we were just talking about, is that it is confirmed that Greg actually does watch Star Wars, because in one of his posts, he references that, like, or he mentions that he was referencing Star Wars when he wrote the line that too many hands have been lost, like
in
when the shadowed one in Time Trap, when we were talking about when the shadowed one is like, no, we can't do that, too many hands have been lost. He was specifically referencing Star Wars.
That's funny.
Yep.
I love that.
Hilarious.
Anyway, Greg.
So we know that he takes ideas from Star Wars.
Which means Star Wars takes ideas from Greg.
Yep.
That's
it's a symbiotic relationship.
All A's are not B's, Thomas.
So going back to Roodaka's powers and abilities, she has limited shadow abilities. And this isn't necessarily inherent to her species, because it's kind of vague on how she gets them. Greg says that she, through deep meditation and training, learned to connect and harness these shadow abilities.
Do you think that this has some connection to the fact that she is a member of the Brotherhood of Makuta?
No.
It's not connected to that at all?
No.
Because, like, it seems like maybe she could learn how to harness shadow, because the Makuta are shadow beings.
Yes. So there's two ways to get shadow powers. You can be born with them and manipulate it like an element, like how Toa do. Or you can be pure evil and gain access to elemental shadow that way. Greg doesn't make definitive statements on what it is, because he says he's cagey about whether it's a Vortex inherent trait that they just have to tap into, or if she did literally drain all the inner light from herself and become pure evil like the Makuta.
Like using a shadow leech or something?
The Shadow Leech does it artificially, but you can do it normally through training and meditation, which I'm like...
But it's like instead of focusing on the good things, you just focus on the bad until you've completely corrupted your soul.
Exactly, literally.
That's actually crazy.
That's kind of cool, actually.
I know. I'm like, I that's how I headcanon it to be, because that's way cooler than being just like, Vortex can sometimes do that. I'm like, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, as much sense as anything Bionicle can really make.
I do actually have a real quick question about the Brotherhood of Makuta thing. Do you think that the original intent was to have there be multiple different Makuta from different islands, which obviously we know to be true.
Yes.
At this point in the story, maybe?
Correct, yeah. It's pretty firmly...
heavily implied.
It's heavily implied. And it is true, actually.
Yes. Or do you think the original intent was that the Brotherhood of Makuta was a bunch of powerful figures that served Makuta, capital M?
I figured it seemed that the original intent was a bunch of powerful figures that served the Makuta, but it's ambiguous enough that you could interpret it either way.
Right.
You'd really have to ask Greg Thompson. He was the one that was kind of the architect of that idea.
Yeah. It does sort of seem like that was the original idea, because making Roodaka be a member of the Brotherhood of Makuta makes a lot less sense when you find out later, slight spoiler alert, that all the other members of the Brotherhood of Makuta are Makuta, the species Makuta.
Yeah.
So... You know, it seems like that's kind of the direction it was going, but...
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. Anyway, moving on though, that's just one of Roodaka's abilities. So she has shadow powers, and she also has super strength. However, this is caveated. She is physically weaker than Sidorak and Manus crabs, which I'm like, what a weird metric, Greg. But you do you, I guess.
I'm just going to note this one more time for the record. They're never called Manus crabs. They are only called Manus.
Manus bugs.
And also for our kindly viewer who pointed out that, yes, Puku does indeed have legs. So the last time they made crabs, they did have legs. Just for the record.
True. Anyway, but she is still massively stronger than a Toa, like way stronger.
Roodaka, not Puku.
Yes. Roodaka, or Puku is probably stronger than a Toa too, but whatever. Although her strength is super inconsistent, because sometimes she has like beyond insane levels of strength, like when she pulls a trawler out of the ground, which, as we talked about before, was described to be like the size of a Metru Nui city block.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't think you can do that. I don't even think Keetongu could do that. But I digress.
I don't know. I don't think we've seen the upper limit of what Keetongu can do.
True. He's only used 1% of his power. When he's losing to Makuta, he's like, I'm still holding back. But she also has a catcher claw, which is a natural weapon, actually, on her hand. and it can catch Roodaka and throw them back at people, which keeps its same effect. Or she can add a poison ability to the Roodaka spinner and then throw it back at him.
So it replaces it with the poison, or it adds it onto the power that's already...
I believe it adds it.
Okay.
I'd have to go back and check specifically. I'll edit that in.
Okay.
But yeah, I believe it adds it. Which I'm like, that's a really cool weapon to have. And as a natural weapon, it makes sense that it catches Roodaka because Roodaka are natural things for the most part.
So by natural weapon, does that mean it's like connected to her? It's something she can deploy?
It's like it's like part of her hand.
Part of her hand. Okay. But like in the movie, she just has a regular hand.
Yeah, and the movies aren't the canon depictions at all.
All right.
Like legitimately, the sets are the canon depictions. So
that's brings up some very interesting questions, especially for these particular sets that we will later talk about.
Yeah. So the weird thing is, though, the thing that catches Roodaka is a natural weapon, but her Roodaka spinner is an artificial weapon. And it's an artificial spinner that mutates those who are hit. And it is purely mechanical. It does not work on anything else. It's just a normal weapon that anyone could pick up and use, which is so bizarre because almost all Roodaka are natural weapons that are just born with the creature. And this thing has a few caveats. It doesn't work on Roodaka herself, and it is the only thing that can reverse its own effects. So no other possible way, aside from maybe like the Mask of Life, can reverse the mutations that Roodaka does to stuff.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So not even Keetongu.
Not even Keetongu could do it. That's why he doesn't turn the Rahaga back into Toa. That makes way more sense.
There's always a reason.
Yeah. No, sometimes there's a reason. But this one, I'm like, that's actually cool. And to explain why she would have that, because like that is a crazy powerful weapon. It's kind of like not exactly a one-hit kill, but like near a one-hit kill on a lot of stuff, because like it's permanent for all intents and purposes. So yeah, those are her things. So she has shadow ability, super strength, a catcher claw, and a mutation spinner. That is her shtick as a person. Now we get into her events.
Really quickly, just going back to the mutation spinner. Does she get to choose what they get mutated into?
No.
Okay, so it's just
I don't think
generally
so.
random?
She seems to have limited control over it, but it's never explicitly explained.
Okay.
Because later on, she shoots like 2 bugs and they get bigger, and that was like her plan.
Yeah.
So I'm like, did you know that was going to happen? It kind of acts like the energized protodermis entity, where it's just like you general sense of what's going to happen. I'm guessing it since it's linked to her mentally, like she has some influence on what it turns into.
Yeah. Kind of like we were talking about, like the Voporak had.
Yeah, where it's like an unintentional.
Whether it inflates or.
Yeah. Interesting thing I did forget to mention though, she did, and this contributes to the theory of her using it semi-intentionally, she did zap some Visorak with it, and their spinners mutated to be explosive. So like instead of shooting a normal spinner, it shoots a highly explosive spinner.
So that's the only thing it mutated about the Visorak?
Yeah. Which again, I'm like, she must have some control over what it does.
Limited sense of destiny, maybe? It's very confusing.
Moving on. Let's keep things rolling. Early life, the biography of Roodaka. So, it starts on her home island of Zia, where as a rite of passage, 2 Vortics must climb the sentient mountain in the island and return alive. Because Zia just has a massive sentient mountain on it. For actually a reason.
There is a reason?
Yeah, there is a reason for it. So, as they're climbing up the mountain, they're like, whatever. And then Roodaka's partner, his foot gets stuck in the mountain. And she's like, and she betrays him and just totally leaves him. And he ends up dying and the mountain eats him. So she returns alone. And if 2 people come down, they get rewarded in society. If only 1 person comes down, you get extra doubly rewarded in their society. Which makes me wonder, I'm like, what did this guy think was going to happen?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was pretty funny. So that was like her first big break. She's like, okay, I'm highly influential. So she was kind of a major figure. And when the Kanohi dragon was defeated on Metru Nui and they brought it over to Zia, they didn't want to house it in Metru Nui for obvious reasons. But Zia's like, we'll take it. We'll take on the burden, you know. So
we'll
they bring it to
our sentient mountain.
So they bring it to the island. And Roodaka is the one who meets them and is in charge of like taking it to be secured. And she even says something along the lines of like, on Metru Nui, this thing's a monster. On Zia, it's just another irritation.
Dang.
I'm like, dang, that's some tough lines. So then, Roodaka's not satisfied with her current position, and she wants to go get Dark Hunter training without becoming a Dark Hunter. And so this is where the storyline in Nadiki's story plays out. She goes there. The Shadowed One's like, no, I'm not giving you Dark Hunter training. Are you stupid? She's like, I'll pay. He's like, I don't care. I don't need your money, right? But then she figures out Nadiki's going to betray, gives that information to the Shadowed One. She mutates him. Then the Shadowed One's like, you get Dark Hunter training. Booyah.
Did he also say booyah?
Yeah, the Shadowed One said booyah. That's a direct quote. So she gets that, and that's the major reason she's so martially skilled, when most Vortics, I would assume, wouldn't be, because they're more like business people. But not satisfied with her power, she's like, okay, I want to join the Brotherhood of Makuta and get even more powerful.
Roodaka is collecting like organizations like Infinity Stones.
Exactly.
She just needs to join the
Order of
Madanui,
Madanui, and she's got
and
them
you're
all.
set.
Funny you should say that. So she joins the Brotherhood of Makuta, and she defends the fortress against the Toa Haga, mutates them into the Rahaga, and when they're fleeing, she's like, just let them go. Like, who cares? They're a bunch of little freaks, right? And so, funny
you know
thing
what to do, Samuel.
Funny thing about this, though, is that Sidorak took credit for the idea of mutating him, right? Because the Makuta would have liked to take out the Toa Haga for the reason that they're 6 of the most skilled Toa in the universe. Like, they were chosen to be Toa Haga and protect stuff for the Makuta because they're some of the best. So I was like, that would explain why Roodaka and Sidorak got promoted so much from that little escapade, because that's a crazy achievement when you think about it, right?
So wait, the Toa Haga were hired to protect, or were created to protect.
They weren't created.
The Makuta stuff.
They were a Toa team.
They were
that
gathered.
They were gathered. They were essentially like Toa veterans who were gathered to be the personal guards of a Makuta.
Got it.
Yeah.
But then this thing that Roodaka and Sidorak, that they're a part of, the Toa Haga turn on the Makuta, right? And they're trying to steal the Mask of Time.
Mask of Light.
Oh, the Mask of Light,
yeah.
right.
So they turned on them, stole the Mask of Light, and as they're trying to escape, Roodaka mutated them with her spinner.
And only Aruni and Norik escaped initially. Then
they went to go back to try to free the others and whatever, and got mutated as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So then Sidorak's like, that was all my idea. Booyah. So much booyah tonight.
So, booyah counter.
Yeah. So that's why Sidorak was granted.
At the end of this episode, you won't be able to see the screen. It'll just be filled with counters.
So that's why Sidorak was promoted to the leader of the Vizorak Horde, because the Toa were like, oh yeah, you were in charge of taking out, or the Makuta were like, yeah, you were in charge of taking out 6 of the best Toa ever. Like, and I was thinking about it, I'm like, that does make sense. That's really stupid impressive. So that's why they got whatever. Then he's like, Roodaka's really cool. She can be my viceroy. And also, she's super, super, super influential. So, wow, I want to marry her. I want to make an alliance with her. Technically what he says, but... But
it's basically marriage.
Yeah. It's never elaborated on. It's like, I don't know what's going on.
Because they call each other their betrothed, which is just weird.
Yeah, it's like, what?
Yeah.
I don't want to get into it.
Love isn't canon, love isn't canon, love isn't canon.
So then Roodaka was appointed viceroy. But from the very beginning, she's like, I'm going to betray Sidorak because I don't like this guy at all. Where Sidorak's like, oh, I love Roodaka. She would never betray me. So then all of the Hordika events happen. Do whatever, we covered it all.
Yeah.
Right.
In exquisite detail, if I might add.
But immediately after getting teleported away, she was apprehended by a group of Dark Hunters, and because one of them specifically hated her and was like it was a Dark Hunter named Tracker who was tracking Roodaka specifically. So when she got teleported out like half dead, he's like, this is perfect timing. So then him and a group of Dark Hunters just jumped her. And so she ended up being a double agent for the Brotherhood of Makuta and the Dark Hunters. So when the Dark Hunters wanted information, she's like, oh yeah, I'm part of the Brotherhood, I'll get that for you. When the Brotherhood's like, give us some information on the Dark Hunter, she's like, yeah, I got this, I'll give it to you. So she was playing a really dangerous game with giving these two factions information about each other.
That is that's actually insane.
Oh yeah.
Knowing the background between both organizations, like,
and this is during the Brotherhood and Dark Hunter war.
oh man.
Yeah, because she's doing this for quite a long time.
Wait, I have a question. Is this is after the Hordika, like you said?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very unclear in the movie that she is still alive.
Yes.
So she just gets teleported by Makuta?
Yep.
Okay. I know you said that, but I was just trying to process
that's just
it
what
all.
happened
I'm like,
there.
What?
I don't know why they did it like that, but I'm like, sure, whatever.
Okay.
And then
Again, the movie's not canon.
yeah,
Well,
the
movie is
the events
canon.
of the movie are canon.
It's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
The depictions are not.
So basically, what's canon from the movie is just
whatever is convenient.
Bazinga.
got it.
Which is why love isn't canon, because
Right.
yeah. Anyway, during this time, she's like, I'm gonna climb the mountain again, just for kicks. And then she does it solo and comes back down, and all the Vortex are like, yeah, yeah. I mean, they're not all like that, but it was obviously a big thing. I'm like, that was the thing. I'm like, this is really impressive. She's just doing this for herself, right?
Yeah.
Like, the drive, the ambition is crazy. So then, much later, the Toa Nuva blackmail Roodaka into turning the Rahaga back into Toa. And so that's when they all turn from Rahaga back into Toa.
I didn't actually
Haga.
know they
I
ever
didn't know that either.
became
And
Toa
when we do
again.
the Haga, that'll be interesting.
And by much later, you mean like way later, right?
Yeah, this would be like 1,000 years after Metru Nui saga. So yeah.
Okay.
So she was playing the sides for the whole time. So she goes along with the blackmail, and then they arrest her and they give custody of her to the Order of Madden Nui. So now she has worked for every major faction in the setting. And these stories of hers will continue in serials that we'll cover by themselves along the way. So I don't want to spoil anything here, but it's pretty funny.
That's really
is
that
actually
is super
crazy.
interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like, what a cool and interesting life. Like, I think they did a great job with Roodaka, where she's always like evil and schemy, right? But like, just so cool and capable that it works well.
Yeah. She's very self-confident, but with good reason.
Yeah.
Like she has the skills to back it up.
Yeah. And like, she actively sought out all the skills and influence and connections
Yeah, it wasn't
that she
like
needed.
she just had them. It wasn't just, oh, I'm so great already. I'm the queen of the world. It's like, no, she learned a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. So I thought it was really cool. I'm like, you know what? I'm satisfied. That heckin' rocks.
Mm-hmm.
But now, any questions before we move on?
Now you'll be satisfied.
Oh.
What?
That's definitely a word.
Because we're moving on to Sidorak. Get it? Satirak.
Yeah, I did not. That did not
Shadrach
make sense.
meets-
no, I was
Shaq
just
and
saying,
a
'cause,
Sidorak ago?
like going from Roodaka to Sidorak is depressing.
Satified.
Satified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said Sidified.
Samuel, you don't get to make any more jokes.
You're banned from jokes.
Fine.
So,
You're on joke timeout. You're on the joke bench.
You're
20-minute
joke
joke
purgatory.
timeout. Put a 20-minute
Purgatory. Did that count as a joke?
No,
Okay.
that was
That
a
was
true
statement
comment.
of fact, yeah.
So now we get to Sidorak, or Satirak, as same. So titles and basic information. He was born an upper Deltian. So he was like in the high rung, the high class. And he got where he was
Wait, and a stealth is the species that he is.
an upper stealth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just unclear that
Yeah.
you were saying that was his species. But that's also the same species that Kreka is,
There's
right?
three
Kreka
different
is-
species on stealth. There's the like slave species, that's a dark hunter called Gladiator. There's the bruiser species, that's Kreka's species. And then there are upper Steltians, which is Voporak and Sidorak.
And all of them have an IQ below 60.
The high level ones have an IQ below 60. The mid level ones have an IQ below 40. And then the low level ones are actually seemingly the smartest. So who knows what's going on? So
they're also huge and covered in blades.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the blades may be something Gladiator carries. That's not necessarily his hands, given that he's a gladiator.
Fair enough.
And a dark hunter.
But he has blades like all over his whole body.
No.
Right? No. Okay.
Just his hand blades are
I'm going
huge.
purely based on memory.
It looks like he has stuff. He has wings, is what you think of. Anyway, so he got where he was by taking others' credit. So just like he did with Roodaka, he's like, that was my idea. And if anyone was like, that wasn't your idea, he's like, to the front lines with you. And then they'd pull a King David and just die. He would pull a King David and they would die.
Yeah, exactly.
They pulled what's his name?
Uriah.
A lot of biblical references tonight.
Especially Lord of the Beans.
That's
not a biblical reference. Jacob's like, Lord of the Rings, basically the Bible. Anyway, so then he's obviously king of the Visorak after that whole stunt. An interesting note, he was personally mentored by Makuta Pterodax. Good old Makuta of Metru Nui. Terry, as I like to call him.
No.
Anyway, so Sidorak's powers and abilities. What's so funny?
I was just thinking, like, anytime Sidorak gets in trouble, he's just like, Terry! Terry!
No, that's a deep cut.
That's a Weird Al reference. Weird Al podcast after this?
Honestly, we probably could.
Anyway, so on to the many powers and abilities of Sidorak. So his powers and abilities include super strength, better than Roodaka's, but still less than Keetongu. And this is another Kreka upscale, because Kreka's a Stelton, right? And he's presumably stronger than Sidorak, because as you go down the species, they're stronger, right?
So Kreka, by nature
is stronger. And then that maybe puts him on par with Keetongu, who's on par with Makuta, who's on par with Nocturne, who's the strongest physical character in the universe. So that's another Kreka upscale.
So you're saying Kreka is as powerful as Nocturne?
We're going to find out that Kreka, at the end of the series, Kreka is actually more powerful than the Great Spirit. He's literally just like...
Kreka is the Great Spirit?
He's the Greater Spirit.
Oh, gosh.
Back to Sidorak.
Sidorak
has
who we were talking about. I think you mean Satirak.
So Sidorak has super strength, and he has Obedience Roodaka Spinner, which makes you obedient when he hits you with it. And he has a hurting blade that can shoot energy beams. Although on Biosector, it's noted that he's not particularly accurate with this, and the citation is just Web of Shadows. Because in the movie, he's shooting at Keetongu, like he can't hit him. I'm like, that's fair.
Yep.
So
Pro's a stormtrooper.
Yep. That's all his abilities. I'm like, he's so...
He is strong and has a beam that he can't shoot very well.
And he's strong, Kreka upscale, and he has a beam. And he has a Roodaka he never uses.
Well, presumably he does use it on the Visorak.
Presumably, yeah, but we've never seen it.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. I'm like, this is a pretty weak power set. Like, it's just not... It doesn't spark joy in me. So, that's
kind of how I feel about Sidorak, just
in
generally.
Yeah, you're just like...
Yeah, there's nothing bad about him, and I do feel like he's overhated, but there's just nothing like that interesting.
But you can never say that he's overrated.
This is very true. He is precisely rated.
Yep. Anyway, but what about his events? What does this guy do? Well, he started as a minor noble on Stelt, and he gained prominence by taking credit from others. So he did have to still work his way up. But then the Makuta of Stelt was coming around looking for someone to experiment on. And Sidorak was like, hey, I know a guy who would love to be experimented on. And he points at his clan leader, Voporak.
Dang.
And so Voporak gets taken and mutated. And so this leaves, obviously, Sidorak to fill the vacuum of power. I'm like, you know what? That's actually hilarious. That's so funny.
I'm sure that will not come back to bite him later.
Yeah. So then 7,000 years later, 7,000 years ago, so there's many thousands of years later, presumably, Sidorak wanted to join the Dark Hunters. And he's like, oh yeah, this is gonna heckin' rock. But then one of the slave class, Gladiator, the Dark Hunter, was there, and the Shadowed One's like, you know what? If you want to join the Dark Hunters, you have to beat Gladiator in a fight. Sidorak got obliterated. And the Shadowed One's like, you can live, but get off my island. I never want to see you again.
It makes so much sense. Look up a picture, or Samuel, put a picture of Gladiator on the screen right now.
Yeah.
And you will see why Sidorak got absolutely destroyed by
Not to
this
mention
guy.
Gladiator lived it like his whole life in the gladiator pits and literally took out a dozen of Krekka's species by himself in a fight after a gladiator duel.
Insane.
Like, what do you... But he didn't take out Krekka himself, so that's another Krekka upscale. So, sometime after this, Sidorak, his reputation preceded him, and the Brotherhood of Makuta was like, yeah, we'll take this guy. He's done so much cool stuff. They're wrong about this, of course, but that's how reputation works in Bionicle. So they recruited him. And his first job was as a courier to Zia. And this is where he first met Roodaka. But he grew in prestige with all his same old tricks. And so him and Roodaka kind of were going up in the ranks, and they're both being mentored by Pterodax. And they're both had their eyes on the Visorak Horde as the ultimate goal. And so they're like competing or whatever. And that's why the mutation thing finally put it over the edge for Sidorak, because since he took credit. But then Roodaka was also there just in case. Which I'm like, that's kind of cool, a nice rivalry to have. And then he wanted to ally with her to get political power on Zia. And then the Hordika events happen, and he dead.
He did.
He did. And I'm like, wow, what a wet fart of an end for kind of a wet fart of a character, honestly.
Yeah,
But
a little bit.
I'm just like, there's nothing to talk about here. He's just
Sad. you
lame.
might say.
There's
Sad.
a lot of potential.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't ever quite, like, peek into actual interest.
Yeah.
I
You
think
know?
it's disappointing that like all of his exploits are just lies. Maybe not all of them, but the majority, it seems like,
Mm-hmm.
because it definitely diminishes his character in a way that is completely irredeemable.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it's worth, so many characters in this story just constantly backstabbing each other, lying, betraying
yeah, but
each
normally
other.
they have like stuff to back up, right? Because like Roodaka is always scheming and backstabbing, but she has like actual skills and competence in
Yeah.
what she does. Whereas Sidorak, it's like, how have you not been found out before? Like, if you get in a fight, you're toast. Like, what are you gonna do? The one time
true.
he gets in the 2 times he gets in a fight, he loses.
It's a good point. Yeah,
So it's just, I'm like, I don't care.
he needs a win. Sidorak
he
just needs
needed
a win.
major win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we knew more about like previous Visorak conquests, I think that would like speak a lot to his ability as a leader.
Yes.
And
Well,
whatnot.
and yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it just diminishes his character so much that it's like you're just pointless essentially. Like, there's no reason to have Sidorak because it's not like he's competent in anything. And it's like, so I don't know. It just really hits me wrong.
And it's really weird too, because when the Toa Hordika get mutated, this was like 1,000 years, 1,500 years before the Metru Nui story. So it's like, in that time, he was appointed, which means he and Roodaka led the Sidorak Horde for like 1,500 years.
The Visorak Horde.
The Visorak Horde, the Sidorak Horde.
now that I would be interested in.
5,000 Sidoraks.
They figured out how to clone him.
Anyway, he was leading the Visorak Horde that whole time, and it said they've done like tens or hundreds of conquests under Sidorak. So I'm like, obviously this guy was schmoovin' and really good at taking over islands.
Yeah.
Like, just show me anything.
Yeah.
And I will believe it. It's just, yeah, but I digress.
You do.
Yep. But luckily, we egress into Keetongu. Wait, egress also means to leave, right?
Yeah.
We
Ingress.
We ingress into Keetongu, and he has cool abilities and traits. So he has immense strength, even greater than Sidorak, although he's like not Makuta level, obviously, unlike Krekka.
Obviously.
So he can also absorb powers with his rotating shield, and he can shoot them out of his Roodaka spinner that is inside his chest, which is really cool. He also has an extensive knowledge of poisons and toxins, and he can make antidotes to any poison or toxin that he knows of. So that's just a species thing. Like if they know the poison, they can synthesize the antidote. I'm like, that's really cool.
That is really cool.
That's a sick trait to have. So there's another reason he couldn't undo the Roodaka, because it's like it wasn't a poison or a toxin. And you know his big ol' eye. So this eye can see good and evil in beings. Although Greg has clarified this, he's like, since Rahi don't have a dark light balance, they don't have like true morality. He says that it is described Keetongu's vision as the emotions associated with those concepts. So like greed, darkness, destruction, evil, that's what he sees in someone, rather than actual like, oh, this person is ontologically evil or whatever. It's same effect, different way to do it. However, he is also a follower of the 3 virtues.
Unity.
And, yeah.
Duty.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Unity. Destiny. So that also shapes his principles and who he helps and who he doesn't. But this eye is actually a fake eye. That's not his real eye. He has 2 real eyes further in the back of his head that he actually sees with.
Which is just such an incredibly unnecessary piece of lore.
I'm like, what is the point of this? You have the eye on the set. Like, what are you talking
And the
about?
movie also only has one eye.
Yeah, like in the movie, it's very clear that it's an eye.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Such an incredibly bizarre, inexplicable choice.
Yeah. Keetongu's just an inexplicable guy. Like, he's just something else entirely.
I just think that during this whole wave, they had problems, well, including all of Metru Nui, they had problems with eyes on their Titans. Speaking of Kreka.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on, he has 2 weapons, his Whirling Shield, which absorbs all energy attacks, and his Blade Claw, which channels his healing powers. So, that's what he's walking around with. But we get to his events now. Ooh! And this is actually interesting, because his species, he had a whole species, lived on a southern island where they rode Totorak as steeds.
So cool!
So if you think Keetongu wasn't based enough, he can ride a Totorak. And in his concept art, he was like Totorak sized. He was supposed to be massive. Like, they were going to have the playsets, like the system playsets, and Keetongu was almost going to be like normal set sized compared to it.
There is like a prototype set where Keetongu's in it, and he's like normal Bionicle size compared to everyone else, which is insane.
And I'm like, that would have been so cool. But then they're like, that would make it hard to do a normal set of him because he had to be ginormous. So that was pretty funny. However, the Visorak came to his island and they wiped all of his species out.
That's sad.
Yep, so this is why he's alone and why he hates the Visorak. So he moved further north as he went along, kind of following the Visorak hordes, helping victims there and whatever. But eventually he reached Metru Nui and just faded into legend. And so that's when it picks up with the Hordika events, and he does that stuff. But there's 2 more events I forgot to mention. That, as we mentioned earlier with the Keelerok, he's the one that helps fend them off when they come to Metru Nui 500 years late. It's very clear that, like, he's the main one taking out all these Visorak, which is very cool. And he also just hates the Visorak. Like, he's killing the Visorak. He's like, I'm going to obliterate these guys. So that's very funny. And then after that, he joins forces with the Order of Mad and Nui and helps them go do various things. But then, like, sometimes their goals don't converge, and he just wanders away to go do other stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's like Wolverine.
Yeah, he's like, because he's yellow.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he's Keetorange, so.
Hey, yeah, we're going to talk about that in the technical section.
So, I think he's really cool because he's like a neutral good. Like, he's not necessarily aligned with anyone. He's just aligned with like the concepts of good. Or sorry, the emotions associated with the concept of good.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's Keetongu for you.
It is a little strange that he is specifically said multiple times to be a Rahi, despite the fact that
he's just a guy.
He's sentient. He has feelings. He can like act entirely of his own will.
Follows higher ideals.
Yeah. Although I guess it's not that strange when the Visorak or Rahi, Rahi and have their own language and society and all that stuff. What a Rahi is in Bionicle is
a Rahi in the Matoran
super
language.
Flexible.
In the Matoran language, it literally just means not like us.
Yeah. So yeah. So it's the
so it's like this thing's a little too freaky. It's a Rahi.
It's basically the definition the difference between human and not human. It's like that's a very, very broad category that you're putting in there.
So it's whatever. I like Keetongu though. I think he's just cool. It's like having a big orange guy that just does stuff. It's like, give me more. It's like the Cheetos mascot. Orange guy that just does stuff. If only Chester the cheetah was Keetorange, everything would be perfect.
World hunger would end.
There would be no sin. That might be a little heretical.
We can't know for sure until we test it. That's what starts the second coming.
Oh gosh.
God, please make Chester Keetorange.
Anyway, moving on, we come to Voporak. So Voporak is the guy that we saw in Time Trap who has all the time-related abilities, and I shall recount those for you now. So he can sense shifts in time, he can generate a time force field, he can age things with a touch, and he has a Roodaka spinner that knocks targets' perception a few seconds back in time. So in case you weren't sure, this guy is focused around the concept of time.
I was not getting that.
I know.
At all.
I was like, I thought for sure he was the element of magnetism, but
also just to clarify a couple of things. So now this is based off of a combiner model.
Correct.
So Sentrakh is the Keetongu. Oh, we're talking about Voporak. Sorry. Voporak is the combiner model of all three sets: Sidorak, Roodaka, and Keetongu. And if you want to hear more about what Voporak does in the story, you should listen to our episode about
our Time Trap episode.
Time Trap.
Yeah.
Because that book is based around the concept of time.
Yep.
Really?
Not magnetism like Voporak is.
Wait, so really quickly, his Roodaka spinner knocks the target's perception back a few seconds. So it's like...
Is that permanent?
No.
So it's just a brief effect so he can strike again without them reacting?
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like that's so funny to put onto a Roodaka spinner, right? Because it's like he has to hit them first so he can hit them again.
I mean, all his other powers are like close contact based, so this just gives him range.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which it does seem weird compared to his other abilities.
Yeah,
though.
I'm just saying it seems kind of useless in a way because it's like... Anyway, it doesn't matter. It just struck me as funny.
Yeah.
It's also funny that, like...
Funny, when it struck me, I've perceived things a few seconds ago.
It's like deja vu all over again. I just think it's funny that the writers of these stories...
Greg.
I mean, mostly Greg.
No, they're collectively referred to as
Collectively
Greg.
Greg.
Lowercase g, Greg.
Lowercase g Greg, like, went so hard in like trying to come up with unique abilities for every single one of these characters. And it's like some of them are misses, but like how can you blame them for that?
Like there's so many unique abilities.
And we're not just talking about like the release sets. These are combiner models that they came up with whole backstories for. And there's even some that they came up with abilities and stories for that aren't even related to sets. They're just complete original creations from the mind of Greg.
And this is all coming off the 42 Rockshi powers that he already made in 2003. So it's like he's starting at a massive deficit.
Yeah. Which, to be fair, became the 42 Makuta powers. So, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
you can give him a pass too because right after that he had to do all the Kanoka powers as well.
Yeah.
True.
So, and all the new mask powers.
Yep.
And,
yeah.
I forgive him.
Yeah.
We forgive you, Greg.
Small G Greg.
We forgive, small G Greg.
So, but getting back into the events of Big R or Big V Voper. I want to call him Voporak, but that's a Visorak. There's too many racks over here.
There really are.
Yeah, we need some like shelves. Too many racks. So, he was Sidorak's...
Hey guys, check out my CD rack. Ta-da!
So he was Sidorak's clan leader that was mutated with energized protodermis, Roodaka's spinner, and other mutagenic substances that the Makuta of Stealth just had on hand, apparently. And so he just made like this like jungle juice of mutagen and threw it onto Voporak. And all of this, he somehow knew would make a super time-sensitive being. He's like, yeah, this is all going to work and make him so he can sense stuff in the event that the Mask of Time is ever created.
For what it's worth, he was right.
I know, I'm like 100% success rate. This guy is cracked out the wall. How do you even begin to figure that out? Because like Roodaka's spinner is completely unique. Energized protodermis only reacts to those destined.
Maybe he's a little smarter than we gave him credit for.
I mean, he's never been shown to be dumb. Whatever.
But I mean, that's like pretty smart.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm like, this guy scientifically, he's crazy. So, but eventually they loaned Voporak to the Dark Hunters to learn discipline because he's a little undisciplined. But then Voporak was like, I like the Dark Hunters way more than I like the Brotherhood of Makuta. And so he just stays with them and joined them. And so, you know, Excellent. The Shadowed Ones just like rubbing his hands and like, oh yeah.
That was the most horrifying thing I've ever seen, Thomas. Please never do that again.
For our viewers out there, I was like rubbing my hands.
Not like that.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'd like to think that this made it super awkward when Voporak showed up when the Shadowed Ones confronting Pterodax, because Pterodax would be like, isn't that our guy?
That's my guy.
He's like, what is he doing here?
I literally made you.
No, he didn't make it. Makuto stealthed it.
That's true.
Yeah. The time trap events happen, and then it's funny, later on, way down the line in the serials, he actually does eventually get the Vahi, because when Tahu used the Mask of Time on Metru Nui, Voporak sensed that. So Voporak and Ancient, who's another Dark Hunter, went to Metru Nui to go get it. But when they get there, all the Metru Nui inhabitants are gone. So like, what's going on? So Ancient kind of dipped out, but then Voporak went back because now they're all on Metru Nui. And so when they're all there doing whatever, he just goes in, grabs the mask, and gets out. And then I can't actually. That's a spoiler.
You were so built up for it too. You're like, and then
quick Chronicler section.
That will be in Chronicler's corner. So yes, that's events to be funny in the Chronicler's corner.
Events to be.
Yeah, but anyway, that's where his story ends. Dun dun dun.
Or does it?
Stay tuned. So yeah, that's Voporak for the non-spoiler section. I think he's fine. He doesn't have, like, almost by design, he doesn't have a personality. He's more a thing than a person.
Yeah. I do really like his set design, though.
I like most of it, except the weird little third hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that?
It's a bit strange.
It freaks
to give
me
him
out.
A place to have his Roodaka spinner.
Yeah, I just don't like it. Anyway, but moving on to an actually cooler
Sentrakh.
Sentrakh. So this guy, talking about unique powers for random characters, this guy has illusion powers. He has a darkness sphere. He can molecularly transmute stuff into stone. But the more dense the material is, the slower it is, and it must be fully completed or the effect will reverse. So those are the caveats to that power. But he also has the ability to mind wipe people, and his Roodaka dematerializes people temporarily, and he's undead.
Dang.
Yes. I'm like, this guy is busted out the wazoo. And there is a kind of reason for why. Because he was selected for an experiment by the Shadowed One.
I'm starting to sense that theme.
Yeah. To make loyal Dark Hunters. Because it's such an epidemic that they're unloyal. He's like, I gotta have just one loyal Dark Hunter. So it worked, and he took a guy and he did it. And he's like, yes, finally, this guy is perfectly loyal. Caveat was that he was now undead, and literally all of his memories had been permanently erased. And so the Shadowed One never did these experiments again because it took forever to teach Sentrakh like every single skill he would ever need to know from the ground up. It's like, oh,
right.
That's pretty funny. But luckily he did it on a super powerful guy, so now he has a super powerful,
completely
super
loyal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Undead guy, so he's not going to age out,
so,
right?
Quick question. Is this the only time we see an undead character in Bionicle? What does that even mean? Exactly.
Yes and no. You get kind of zombie-ish stuff later on, but yeah, this is like the only time it's really referred to as like undead, straight up, like he's something weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was probably killed at some point in the process, but like brought back to life. And
yeah, it says he lives in like a half state where he's neither dead nor alive, as Matoran would describe it. So it's just pseudo weirdness. I like it though, because it's like, wow, that is really unique. We don't see that very much.
Yeah.
So I like it. However, the Shadowed One is pretty confident that he can just be straight up killed, which with disintegration beams does actually seem pretty likely.
No red star for you.
Yep. So, what are the events of... Wait, the Sentrakh doesn't have any events. It all happens in Time Trap, and then he never shows up again.
Is that actually true?
That's actually true.
Wow.
That's it. That's all we see of Sentrakh. I'm
Rip.
like, what?
Such a cool character.
I know.
For such little payoff.
I was like, that stinks. I love Sentrakh.
He also has probably my favorite design of the 3 combiner models.
Yeah, of the 3 combiners, I think he's by
Yeah.
far the coolest.
I was going to say Sentrakh is 100%. Not only of these combiners, I think it is the best combiner.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a hot take. Especially since there's a combiner that we will learn about later.
Yeah.
That is by far my favorite, and it's not even close.
One of them is Botar, my favorite. I mean,
Botar!
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. I forgot of the ones that we've looked at so far.
Okay,
It
yes.
is the
yeah,
coolest.
That's fair.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? No, the Borak Call Dual Combiner, or sorry, the Borak Dual Combiner sold in Japan. That was by far the coolest one.
I'm
No.
You're right. You're right.
I
You
like the
changed my
Roxy
mind.
one where it's the weird
The
like
centaur
centaur.
one.
Yeah, that was a banger.
permanently
for sure.
etched in my
Oh,
mind.
man.
How far we've come in terms of combiners.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
But anyway, that's enough about Sentrakh because they did him dirty. Anyway, so now we move on to the Shadowed One. Ooh. So, what's his
What makes him so
personality
shadowed?
and titles? Well, the shadows make him the Shadowed One. Yeah. So, he is the leader and founder of the Dark Hunters, kind of the co-founder, actually. And the Shadowed One isn't his real name.
What?
Mhm.
Surely not.
Yeah. Only he knows it in universe, and Greg actually knows it out of universe, but Greg will never reveal it because when he revealed Pterodax's name, everyone hated it and like lambasted him for it. So he's like, I'm never doing that again. You just don't get his name. He sucks to be you.
That's terrible.
That is actually
I
really
know.
sad.
He says, the direct quote was like, I know it, but I'm not going to reveal it because last time I did, BZPers from the website BZP, like thought it was the end of Bionicle because it was so terrible. So he's like, I'm just not going to go through that again. I'm like, dang, they ruined it for us. The Shadowed One's name could have
Why
been
did
like,
they hate
would
it
not
so
be
much?
the first time that BZP ruined something for Bionicle fans, and will not be the last time either.
true.
Do you have something
Hosrix.
in particular?
Hosrix.
Hosrix.
Yes, Hosrix.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Anyway, so yeah, at the time, Pterodax's name was super controversial because he was just known as the Makuta of Metru Nui, and then he revealed his name was Makuta Pterodax, and everyone's like, that's lame, Terry, that's stupid. They turned into Italian mobsters.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't think it's a stupid name. For the record, I think it's cool.
No, I think it's cool. I don't think it's as cool as Mizrax or Icarax. That's just my 2 cents.
Pterodax, terrible. Axe.
Axe
Pretty
on,
sick.
Kreka upscale. So,
Gosh.
so the Shadowed One, he is proud, ruthless, and cunning. So when I say this, I mean he is actually cunning because like he uses internal politics to keep Dark Hunters from attacking him. He pairs them up with like he pairs up the super disloyal ones with super loyal ones. He sends out the trustworthy ones on missions where they're most likely not going to die. Sends the untrustworthy ones on the more dangerous missions or the really far away ones. So it's like he's a good way to actually control his minions.
We've seen that already so far several times, but like specifically with Nadiki and Kreka, like he pairs up Nadiki with Kreka because Nadiki doesn't want to be with Kreka, right?
Yeah.
And so he does it to keep Nadiki in check because he doesn't trust him at all.
Yeah.
Right? And I would assume that's why he sends them, those two,
Yeah,
to
he
Makuta.
literally does,
Because
yeah.
he's like, you know what? If they die, who cares?
Yeah. Well, and we also see it with there's a Dark Hunter called Vanisher who he suspects is being disloyal, right? So he keeps pairing them up with loyal people. However, they keep dying, right? So he's like, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. So he sends Vanisher on a mission, sends a Dark Hunter to go follow Vanisher, and then sends a Dark Hunter to follow the follower. So he's like, I'm getting the truth of this no matter what.
That's like hiring a private investigator to follow your other hired private investigator.
Yeah. I'm like, that's hilarious. Keep doing that. And when I say he's proud, I mean he's actually proud. Like, he has a guy ready to kill him if he ever shows too much weakness. It's a Dark Hunter called Darkness, who's just always in the throne room, ready to kill the Shadowed One at the slightest moment of like hesitation or weakness. And he's never showed it, to be fair. So like, that's crazy amounts
actually
of
crazy.
like confidence and bravado.
Yeah, it is.
But the Shadowed One's also not blindingly stupid in his pride. Like, he knows where his personal limits are. He's like, I can fight Makuta. It's like, I think I could take him, especially with backup. As we see in Time Trap, that's not necessarily true. But he was within his rights to think that's possible. Where he is stupid is in his pride of the organization. Because when he figures out Pterodax is the one who killed Nadika and Kreka, he's like, no one kills Dark Hunters. I'm going to war with the Brotherhood of Makuta. That's the wrong move. Because the Dark Hunters are good, but they're not fight a war with the most powerful faction in the universe good.
Yeah.
So it'd be like Canada, like fighting the US. It's like, yeah, you have a good military, Canada, but you're not the US, right?
No offense to Canada.
No offense to, well, no, we should offense to Canada.
No offense to our Canadian viewers.
Yeah,
this
Canadian
is specifically
viewers-
about your country.
Yeah. Your military specifically. Please don't war crime us. Anyway, and he's also super ruthless. Like, he will kill and torture at a moment's notice. Like, if he doesn't like you, blam, you're gone. If he just mildly dislike you, it's like, boom, there's your arm gone. Tough beans, baby. So I like that because he's a very villainous presence, but he's not just like, he's not flanderized in any particular direction, and he's very consistent.
He's super consistent, and I really like the Shadowed One as a character. I think he's just a genuinely fascinating character, and he's not one of those characters where they just tell you how smart he is. Like, you actually see it in the story. He makes good decisions repeatedly.
Yeah.
And like actually makes intelligent, like, smart moves. And
yeah, he doesn't
like,
have to tell you how he has plans on plans on plans,
Right.
and that all his plans will come to succeed.
He just does
Yeah,
them,
he's
and
just
then
like,
it's
send
like-
another Dark Hunter to follow that
and
guy.
like there's little like moments too, like in Time Trap, it goes to the Shadowed One's point of view briefly, and there's like a part where it talks about how he hasn't slept in years because he doesn't trust anyone enough to actually sleep. Even Sentrakh, when he's on the boat with just him and Sentrakh and no one else, he doesn't sleep while they're on the boat. Sentrakh doesn't sleep at all because he's undead.
Yeah.
But the Shadowed One doesn't sleep because he doesn't trust anyone enough unless he's behind a locked door specifically. Which is insane. His most loyal follower that he has trained from, basically nothing, he doesn't even trust him enough to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Crazy to think, though, that he trusts a locked door. And he knows Kreka's on his
right.
payroll and doesn't trust him. So that's a locked door upscale because it's stronger than Kreka. Give me a Kreka upscale count.
I just think it's like, to me, that like speaks to his character, And I do really think the Shadowed One is a really well-defined, well-rounded character.
And it's just so cool because like that shows like he's built up this organization. He's accrued all this power, but he can never be happy or comfortable with it because it's built on sand. Like if he dies, the Dark Hunters are done as an organization, right?
Yeah.
They have Lariska.
She's not going to take over the Dark Hunter. She's just going to do whatever.
Well, but I mean, he literally, like,
because he's
is
still
training
alive.
her to take over from him. It says that in Time Trap.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
because he trusts her to run the Dark Hunters while he's away.
He trusts her to one of the Dark Hunters while he's away because he knows he can kill her if she messes up. He's not going out there thinking he's going to die. None of the Dark Hunters are going to disobey because they know if he comes back, he's going to punish them.
Yeah, I don't know. I read somewhere, I forget what it was. I think I was reading about Lariska. And I was reading somewhere that basically it was talking about how he was training her to be the next leader of the Dark Hunters. So
We'll have to verify
fact check me on that, I guess, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
While we get that fact check, why don't we go over the abilities of the Shadowed One? So, he has disintegration eye beams, and normally these just obliterate whatever it hits. Not necessarily an entire being. Like when it hits Makuta, it just disintegrates part of his chest plate or his wings. So it does have a limited area of effect, but on weaker beings, it will kill you outright. However, they do have a very, very, very infinitesimal chance of, instead of killing you, turning you into a bunch of living protodytes, which are microscopic bugs. So it's either...
Gee, I wonder if that will come up
no,
later.
it will never happen. Just like Sentrakh's powers.
Right.
So I just thought that's a funny detail.
Voporak?
No, Sentrakh. He's the one that has all the crazy abilities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's funny because either disintegration or off chance of doing this random thing. It's like, sure, Greg. Now, he also has a Roodaka spinner, which I did not know before researching this. And this is a madness Roodaka spinner. It makes you go mad.
I mean, the set version of him has a Roodaka spinner.
I know.
On his staff.
I know.
Which is pretty cool.
I didn't look at him that much, but the staff is really cool, and I do like the Roodaka.
Well, because no one else has a Roodaka spinner on their weapon. It's usually attached to their body.
Roodaka's Roodaka spinner is a weapon itself.
Interesting.
And some Dark Hunters have Roodaka staffs.
Yeah.
Like Spinner. He has 2 Roodaka spinners on his spinner staffs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, did we get the fact check?
I did not. I was reading through it. I did not see anything that confirms that he was training her to replace him.
Fair enough. Maybe I'd read that in some random thing.
No, all the context seems to be he's the one holding the organization together. Him and Ancient most of the time. So, back to his powers though. He also has extreme strength, speed, and perception. However, all of this got massively lessened when he hit Voporak and aged 3,000 years in a few seconds. So he's a frail old man who's still not weak enough for darkness to want to kill him. So obviously, he's got juice left in the tank.
Yeah.
And he's also a super skilled combatant and assassin for obvious reasons. He founded the Dark Hunters. You gotta be good at that to do that. And so he carries just one item, and that's a staff, and it can shoot crystalline protodermis and has a built-in Roodaka. The Madness Roodaka. So, now we come to his events. Ooh. So, he came from a backwater island along with Ancient. They're both of the same species. And they both liked the idea of mercenaries and moved away and founded the Dark Hunters. Because what happened was, Ancient was the first one to be a mercenary on the island because the island had a strict code of conduct. Think of it kind of like feudal Japan. But then Ancient was like, if people pay me to do stuff, I can disrupt the balance and also get paid a ton of money. So it literally destroyed their society because apparently Ancient, he's one of the more powerful of their species. He's going around getting hired and it caused entire civil wars. And so both sides are get him on the side so we can win the civil war, and just tore the island apart. But then the Shadowed One was seeing all this. He's like, this Ancient guy is really on to something. So they conspired, made the Dark Hunters, moved away, did not care about their home island, just left it in total ruin.
Nice.
What a bunch of jerks. And the cool thing relating to the Shadowed One is he is the most trusted servant behind Sentrakh. So the Shadowed One's I would almost trust Ancient with my life.
Right.
Which is a crazy amount of trust to give. When Sentrakh, the perfectly loyal, genetically engineered loyal warrior, is the only one you trust more.
Right.
Which I'm that's actually pretty cool.
Is Ancient older than the Shadowed One?
I think so. It's a little bit implied, kind of in the name.
Yeah.
But the Shadowed One is also always talking. He's yeah, I'm so old, bro. I'm super old. He's I know curses and dead languages. It's what?
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, that is super cool. So, after the Dark Hunters are founded, the Shadowed One is oh, I really want a base on Metru Nui. And I would just perfectly complete this. So he goes and he's hey, can I build a base here? And Turaga Duma's no. And so he's fine. Blah. So I'm going to antagonize you and send Dark Hunters at you. And so eventually, they go and try to assassinate Duma because he's not giving up the city. But that's when the Toa Man guy get called in and they stop the attempt. And so that's when the Shadowed One's ooh, I just gotta get this city. I just gotta. So then, he gets driven up the wall with all his plans, and eventually he's okay, enough. I'm just starting the Toa Dark Hunter War. I'm just gonna full scale invade. So we know how that whole thing goes on. It happens, and he loses after Lee Khan brilliantly outsmarts them, and he has to give up the Makoki stone to Lee Khan as part of the truce.
Which episode did we talk about all of those events in?
The Titans of Metru Nui.
Okay. Wait.
Coming full circle.
Yeah.
So, this is Titans of the Hordika, or Hordika Titans. Yeah.
So if you want to listen to
that
and
story,
refresh yourself, go back to the Titans of Metru Nui.
we're just linking all our episodes. So, then he later sends Dark Hunters go and steal the Makoki stone back, which they do. And so, then later on, Makuta sends the request. This is right before the Tales of Metru Nui, like the start of the Toa Metru. He's like, I need you to kill all the Toa Man guy in the city. So the Shadowed One sends Eliminator, Nadiki, and Kreka to go and kill the Toa Man guy. Eliminator kills all of them. Nadiki and Kreka only capture Lee Khan.
So who are the real MVPs here?
Eliminator.
Yeah.
He could have beat this Toa Dark Hunter war himself, I'm sure of it. Yeah. So then Metru Nui and Hordika happen, Time Trap happens, and then that's kind of where we leave off because he'll be important to the serials kind of going forward.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask because you said that was like the last we see of Sentrakh essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I was going to say, is that the last we see of the Shadowed One?
No, we see a lot more of the Shadowed One.
So that is kind of bizarre that Sentrakh just doesn't appear again.
Yeah.
Also, this is what Eliminator looks like.
I've seen him before. He's super cool, actually.
He's really cool.
Yeah. But speaking of super cool, I think the Shadowed One is just sick. I think he lives up to the hype, and I think he has like the perfect amount of screen time. Like, he's not overexposed. He's just like, anytime it would be relevant to the story, yeah, that's where he's in it.
I really like the Shadowed One, and I really like Ancient as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, together, they are a really excellent combo. And they feel like they belong together, you know?
Is Time Trap the first time the Shadowed One appears in the books?
Thinking back, I don't think he shows up before then. So yeah, I think it is.
It seems very natural.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just flows into it like, oh yeah, you've always known this character.
Well, I mean, it definitely kind of implies that there's a leader of these Dark Hunters that's giving the orders when it's talking about Nadiki,
Yeah, like
Kreka,
he's
and, all this
alluded
stuff.
to and logically
And
implied.
so then when he's finally revealed, it's like, okay, yeah, well, he just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And he's kind of exactly who you would expect
Yeah.
someone to lead this evil organization of shadowy beings to be, like...
Yeah. That all being said, do we want to move on to Chronicler's Corner? You are now entering the Chronicler's Corner. The following content may not be appropriate for viewers unaware or unacquainted with the wider Bionicle lore, as major plot points and reveals will be spoiled. If you wish to avoid this section, skip to this time in the podcast.
1 hour, 12 minutes, 18 seconds.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so first fact, Sidorak was actually too damaged to be revived on the Red Star, which means Keetongu just like
Destroyed
mulched him
enough
into
of his
paste.
Yeah,
Nice.
That is actually crazy.
I like to think that Keetongu just like pressed him like a can and just squashed him flat.
Thing. Rip
Keetongu
Sidorak.
just spent the next 1,000 years separating Sidorak's atoms one by one. He's like, yep.
I mean, not that the Red Star was even working at that point anyway, so
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. So, and then another fact is that Sentrakh was sent to Voya Nui to hunt the Barraki, and he survived and just went back to Odina. So it's not like a lore appearance. It's just like, yep, he did that. So then, what was the other thing I was going to mention?
Sentrakh.
Well, you
No,
were
I just
talking about
mentioned
Sentrakh.
It was Voporak that I was mentioning.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he went and stole. He went. And he stole it from Metru Nui when it was under the control
Stole
of
what?
the Vahi, the Mask of
Okay.
Time, when it's under the control of the Order of Madanui and the Matoran. So he got out and he managed to escape. And when the universe died, he escaped on to Spherus Magna with the Mask of Time.
Dang.
So when the
Nice.
story ends, he's still got it. He's living life to the fullest. It's like, this is
I love
my
that
purpose.
He's the only being that can sense where the Vahi is, and
So
he
no one
has
else
the
is
Vahi.
getting
So
it.
he could just go anywhere, and no one would ever find him.
The Vahi knows where it is because the Vahi knows where it isn't.
Wow. The deep cuts keep
Yeah,
coming.
so I'm like, that's actually heckin' hilarious.
That is really funny.
And other interesting thing, after the story's events, the Shadowed One starts rebuilding on Spherus Magna with Dark Hunters, Bone Hunters, Skrull, and other various villains to restart like a new organization. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
There's also
really cool.
The Shadowed One also appears in various alternate universe ones where when Takanuva is
A lot of people appear in alternate universes.
traveling through the different universes. He shows up a bunch.
Yeah.
Greg loves the Shadowed One for unsurprising reasons.
He's a cool guy.
Also, fun fact, his random ability to occasionally
Turn people into
prototypes is exactly what happens to Zaktan.
Yeah.
Which is why he has that ability.
Yeah. Well,
because Greg's like, what if this guy was made of nanites?
I know. And the funny thing is, like, the Shadowed One is trying to kill Zaktan, right? He hits him with the beams, and he's just like, what the heck happened? Like, he has no clue what the heck happened. And everyone else is just standing around like, what happened?
Wait, the Shadowed One doesn't know.
The Shadowed One didn't know what happened.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's like his, because it's a disintegration beam, and it's like it almost worked, but not fully.
Well, because it says it separated his consciousness into the protodytes.
Right.
Because Zaktan's essentially like a hive mind at that point.
Yeah.
So it's like, did it disintegrate his body, but not his soul? So like his soul is still connected to every single part of his body. And
which
then
is
also,
kind of cool,
Yeah,
actually.
it's a cool concept. So I'm like, that...
Because otherwise
work.
he's dead forever, because disintegrated beings don't go to the Red Star.
Exactly.
Actually, that is a really interesting thought, though, is do we ever see him completely defeat another being using his disintegration laser eye beams? Because, like, maybe that's always the effect. If you destroy them enough to where they would be dead, they don't actually die. They just become...
I wonder if it's
it
connected.
only hits on a physical level, like it can't actually affect like your soul or your connection.
Yeah, I wonder
Interesting.
if maybe beings with much stronger wills are able to actually maintain
whole-
that connection.
Yeah, their body.
Because that would make sense, because Zaktan has like really strong will and he's super smart.
Yeah.
So like I could totally see that. Funny thing about that though, and I won't get too far into it, but Zaktan being made out of prototypes, when all the Paraka get turned into snakes at the end, how does that make sense?
I think he's just a normal snake now.
Okay.
Like I
He's
don't
not
think
a prototype
he's not a
snake?
protodermic snake or a
Okay.
prototype snake. I think he's so I'm like he does get a real body back, I guess.
Yeah.
Still with the same soul though, so like straight out of luck with that one.
Right. That's actually really funny.
That's really strange.
I know. I'm like, what? Bionicle's
We'll talk more about that. And,
Bizarnicle. Anyway, that's all I had for the Chronicler's Corner. There wasn't very much to it. Like, most of their lore happens in Time Track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're going to go on to the technical section. So, you are now entering the set and technical portion of the podcast. This is where we examine the real-world production and set design of the LEGO Bionicle toy line. One thing that I wanted to note about all of them before we go into them is there's a new part that was introduced in this year, in 2004. And it was the axle. So it's like the normal hand piece that we've seen all throughout the whole wave of Bionicle. But it has like an axle holder on one side, and it is dual molded with rubber. And so the intent was to make a piece with higher friction so that heavier models would be able to stand and like pose their arms without, flopping over or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is really cool and a really smart solution. And so all of the Titans of this wave feature that new kind of friction joint. So kind of interesting. Just a thing to note. But yeah, let's go into Keetongu, set number 8755. Keetongu, when he was originally released, had 203 pieces and retailed for $20, which is actually the same for all of them. All three of the Titans of this wave retailed for the same price at $20, which is actually the same as similar sized Titans throughout literally the whole Bionicle line up to this point.
So, like, the Titans always good deals?
I feel like up till now, they at least are. So,
Yeah, nice.
I mean, especially compared to the other sets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because some of the sets really skimp on the piece count.
Yeah. I mean, you're paying like $8 for like 40 pieces. So
It's a premium.
and half of those are like pins.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
What's really special and probably the most notable thing about Keetongu is that a large portion of his pieces were made in the new bright light orange color, which many fans like to call Keetornge after Keetongu, even though his set was not the first appearance of this color, although it was the first appearance in like a broad appeal set, because up till this point it had only been used in Duplo sets. Interesting. And it would actually be locked to Bionicle / Technic and Duplo sets for another few years after this, up until 2007, I think, which is just really strange.
So they're like, we need a cool color for this sick character. Give him the Duplo orange. It's
right.
Like, and then it's so iconic, it gets called Keetornge, and then they're like, you know what? We can't give it to anyone else.
Yep.
Back to Duplo.
And it literally was just Duplo, and with a few like Technic appearances for like 3 years after that, which is so weird.
Like anything Keetongu touches becomes his forever.
So true.
So like if there's Keetongu art, it's
Voporak
Katart.
shields, they're Keetongu shields now.
Katart. Yeah, the Voporak shields are Keetongu shields. Wait, we mentioned that earlier.
mentioned that in the last episode.
Daganuva's staff.
Time Trap episode.
It's his now.
Remember.
It's Keetongu's
Katart
now.
Yeah.
It's interesting though, because they're actually, it's funny that you say like this cool new color, because there was a very similar color that was replaced by this new bright light orange color. It was called medium orange.
Thought it was going to be called pearl orange.
Yeah, pearl orange.
Medium.
We'll get to the pearl color. Don't you worry. But it's interesting because the original medium orange color that this one kind of replaced is the same color that you see on like the Guko beak. And it appeared in a few other places, but that's like the most notable one for Bionicle fans. Very similar color. And I don't understand why they changed it, but it was something when they changed all the colors in 2004, when they went through that color shift where like the old gray became the new light bluish gray and all that stuff, you know, or 2003, 2004, it was right in there. Some other colors changed as well, but it's just not as common. Like we don't hear about those as commonly as light bluish gray, dark bluish gray, and reddish brown. Like you always hear about those.
Yeah.
But there were actually other color changes that were just slight variations that shifted at the same time as well. So I don't understand totally why, but it was part of that big palette refresh that Lego was doing. And they also got rid of like half their colors around this time.
Yeah,
too.
you have mentioned that before.
Yeah. So like the old Bionicle purple, gone. Never going to see that again. Light brown, which is actually first introduced in 2004. Never see that again. Not after 2004. It lasts a little while longer, but they cut light brown out. And there's a lot of other colors that they just get rid of, especially Bionicle colors lost a ton of different colors. Teal. So sad, but
true.
But true. So now, of course, bright light orange is super common, and just this year it appeared in 235 sets.
Dang.
So definitely not an underused color anymore. However, people still call it Keetornge to this day.
Yep, it's Keetornge.
So, you know, there you go. A little bit of Keetongu lore for
That's
you.
why they call the three virtues the three Katerchus.
Unity, Kadudi, and Kadestiny. That's gonna be a piece of merch, guys. All right.
It's like
If you want to buy Unity, Kadudi, and Kadestiny shirts, let me know in the comments.
I'm just imagining Christian Favor, like, it's the smiling friends meme where he's like, could Unity, Kadudi, and Destiny. Oh, it's genius. Why didn't I think of that?
If you want to buy some Keetongu related merch, put hashtag Keetongu merch in the comments.
Katerch.
Yeah, put Katerch, please. All right. So, funny story about Keetongu's parts, though. A lot of them were exclusive in that Keetornge color to Keetongu. So if you want to put him together like if you want to try to piece them together, you're gonna have a really tough time because a lot of those parts are exclusive to the Keetongu color.
Bizarre.
Yeah. He also had a unique Roodaka spinner color. His red Roodaka only came in his set.
I never knew that.
Yep.
That's cool.
I mean, there were other red Roodakas, but his had the print on the side with the code. So, and that did not appear in any other set. So that one is exclusive to him.
Wacky.
So if you got that one, you probably have Keetongu somewhere lying around. Keetongu, of course, featured a bipedal design, which he would share with both of the other Titans. Not a lot of variation on the body types here.
Yeah.
And he also had a singular eye with a bright light orange recolor of the Voporak shell kind of over the top of it. He was a lot smaller than his movie appearance, as we discussed.
Yeah.
I guess they decided to eventually just go with, like, make him the same size as the other Titans, which, fine. But
yeah.
Canonically, I think we all agree that he is supposed to be much larger.
Yeah.
So, he had really two major play features. So, he had a really interesting build where you would open up the chest cavity and that would bring, like, kind of push out the Roodaka spinner, and then you could launch the Roodaka spinner out of that chest area.
Yeah, got to get that body horror in for you. Let me just open my chest cavity really quick. Whoa!
General Grievous be like, but he also had his shield force field thing.
Yeah.
And this is probably one of the more lackluster play features, but you could turn it and it would spin the shields around and, you know, whatever.
It was pretty lame.
Yeah. Not exactly the most exciting thing ever, but, you know, it's Keetongu, so we give it a pass. The set featured articulation in the knees, feet, elbows, shoulders, and neck, which again would share with all of the both of the other Titans. But interestingly, Keetongu has no hands. His left arm is just a connector piece that ends with the pick kind of sticking out of it. Why they chose not to give him a hand, I don't know, but he doesn't have hands. And his shield is also connected straight to his arm. So no hands on Keetongu. Very interesting choice. These days
you
he
can't
goes
have
for,
knees and hands, Jacob. It's too much to ask.
we'll never
for.
get all of them until later. I promise you guys, I promise. Eventually we get full articulation.
Oh,
okay?
Full articulation.
Including fingers. Cough, cough. Cough, cough. Anyway, Keetongu these days goes for about $50 on the aftermarket, so he's pretty valuable. Appreciated quite a bit, and that's used. So you know,
I appreciate him greatly.
we all appreciate Keetongu. So if you want to pick up Keetongu, he's not going to break the bank, but he is definitely on the more expensive side for obvious reasons, because he's epic.
And he'll never break your heart.
Never. Go buy Keetongu.
Unless you're evil, then he will grab it and squish it in his hand.
He will
He'll
literally
atomize it.
He will compress you like a trash compactor.
Yeah, you'll look like the Cars 2 guy, just a cube.
No hope of the Red Star ever for you. All right, so moving on to the next one. This is Roodaka set number 8761. Roodaka had 233 pieces, so best deal out of the Titans.
Yeah.
For the same retail price of $20. Her color scheme was almost entirely silver and black with a little bit of gray thrown in there. And by silver, I mean pearl light gray.
Oh, no. My
but
nemesis.
Roodaka has two extremely interesting exceptions to that color scheme. Number one is her quote-unquote teeth, which were made... Now, in order to visualize this, her head is a reused Vaki headpiece.
Yeah.
Right. And they chose to give her a jaw with a little Technic piece that you could actually move. Fun fact. And her teeth were a regular 1x1 round stud. Right.
Okay.
But it was made in the color is called glow in the dark opaque on Bricklink. And it is exclusive to this set. However, it is almost impossible to distinguish this color from the more modern glow in the dark white, which was released in 2012, which means that there are literally thousands of these glow-in-the-dark opaque studs listed on Bricklink
that nobody can figure out.
You can't tell the difference. It's so if you buy this on Bricklink, there is no way for you to know which one you're getting, as far as I can tell. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, super interesting. However, these go for like...
Well, actually, there's a way you can lock them all in a dark room and see which ones glow.
But they both glow. That's the thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
they're
then-
both glow in the dark.
Then why does it matter which one you have?
Just for sake of originality.
If there's literally no difference, like, this just means it's easier to get the piece, guys.
Yeah.
You can make forged Roodakas for billions of days because no one can tell the difference.
And unless you hold it in the dark too, it's super hard to tell apart from just regular white as well. So it's really weird. But it only comes in this one set. And it wouldn't be released again. That glow in the dark color wouldn't be released again till 2012. So 8 years later.
Huh.
Which is so
glow
weird.
in the Roodark white.
So that's not the only weird recolor though.
Ooh.
So the other one is Roodaka has a really cool technique to make her eyes, where they stick these that's called bar 1L with clip mechanical claw, and you probably know it for being the Exoforce robot hand. Exoforce.
I wonder how you feel about Exoforce, Freudian slip boy over here.
I love Exoforce. How dare you? How dare you,
Exoforce
sir?
rocks.
But you would probably know it for being the robot claw. Or so you would think, but that's a whole different story.
Oh.
It looks like that piece, but it's actually not that piece, which is
I've heard
very
this
confusing.
one before.
Yeah. But this one came in trans neon orange, which stands for, of course,
Orange. Keetongu.
I hate you so much.
Trans neon orange is not an acronym. It just means trans neon orange.
Anyway, so it came in that neon orange color, which is the only time we would ever see that piece in like a transparent color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exclusive to this set. And it was used to make her eyes by sticking them into like the recess where the Vaki like kind of triangular headpiece would go, you know. But instead the claws go in there to make her eyes. So it's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Very neat technique.
It's like almost a mock style technique.
Yeah, it is. It honestly, these Titans look the most like mocks out of any of the Titans. And it's not even close.
Coincidence that they put all this time and effort into Roodaka.
Right.
Suspicious.
They're like, Roodaka needs 30 extra pieces. I can't tell you why.
But yeah, if you ever want to know about the history of this one claw piece, it's super fascinating because there's like 3 versions of it and they're all muddled on when they released. And there's no consistency to which version was released in which year.
There's also no consistency.
The only thing we know is that the version that's used on the Roodaka one was the first version. Even though it made the majority of its appearances in Exoforce.
Mm-hmm.
But both versions, the original version and the new version that was actually used for the robot claws, were used in Exoforce sets.
That's weird.
Super confusing. Very
Waste
strange.
of a mold.
Yeah. At least according to Bricklinks. And,
Yeah.
you know, human error could be included there, but really fascinating.
I prefer human earther.
So the other exclusive recolor to Roodaka is the Rakshi heads that make up her chest armor.
That was a nice way of putting that.
Sam, I'll throw a picture on screen so everyone knows what we're talking about.
Zoom in. A picture off for a long time.
Zoom in. Enhance. Enhance. Mom, I'm sorry.
No. Mom's not watching these. Mom is forsaken.
Her and God. No, but yes, those pieces actually are exclusive in the pearl light gray, or we would call it silver color. So it's kind of interesting, but really cool. It's a neat color for that piece.
It has Pearl in the name, so I already hate it.
Otherwise, the set is mostly made up of readily available parts, so it wouldn't be too hard to put together your own version if you got the parts. The play functions on Roodaka are very similar to Keetongu, so she had one play function
Which means they're good.
Right. One play function on one hand, one play function on the other, right?
Two play
her
functions.
left hand had a kind of spinning blades. It's the claw catcher thing you were talking about.
Yep, the catcher claw.
Yeah. Wow, creative name. Yeah, truly.
Their weapons always have super creative names.
Right. Hey, Quake Breakers are dope.
Yeah, they do. Perhaps I was too sarcastic.
Yes.
Quake Breakers and Proto-Pythons.
Yeah.
Yalza.
No, but her catcher claws are made up of Pohatu Nuva's Toa tool. And they spin just very similar
You're
to
telling me there's a Kodan ball on this thing?
potential Kodan ball.
Oh.
And so those would spin just very similar to the Keetongu play function. Her other hand had a really interesting launcher function. So she is the only set that featured the ripcord for the Roodaka spinner as part of the set. So it's actually attached to her, and you pull the Roodaka spinner like along the ripcord rather than pulling the ripcord from the Roodaka spinner.
That's so cool.
It's really interesting, and it apparently works really well.
Yeah, I've never personally used it.
Yeah, I've not personally
I will
tested
say
it.
the spinner thing looks really cool in the art. So like when she's standing in comic panels and she has it out, it looks sick just having like this jutting black like...
It's almost like a blade, kind of, yeah.
You can kind of interpret it as whatever you want.
Right. It is actually super interesting that like it's the only time that we see that piece as part of the model. Like normally it's just a play function device, you know, like and you don't see it attached to the characters, right? So kind of cool. And so that's like by far the most unique Roodaka spinner that exists. Yeah, it's really cool. Of course, Roodaka is articulated in all the expected locations.
You're a freak, Jacob.
I didn't mean that weirdly.
She's articulated in all the right places.
Feet, knees, hips. Hips.
I don't like this.
Great. Articulate. More.
I hate you so much. I knew I was never going to be able to get through this section. Thomas, you got to get your head out of the gutter, man. The gutter. Anyway, what's interesting about Roodaka is that she also doesn't have any hands. So her catcher claw is just attached to her arm, and her Roodaka spinner is her arm. So it's like, where did the hands
How
go?
did she pick things up?
I don't know. I don't know. Like it seems like maybe the designers were trying to imply that she has hands and these are just like tools that she uses, but
Implied hands.
it's really well. I mean, to be fair, this is not uncommon in Bionicle sets.
Yeah.
What do you call the little weird pieces that have served as hands for, you know, all of the waves so far?
I call those based and tradpilled.
Yeah. Or, you know, I guess if you're the artist for the Mari comics, you just use the
just like-
balls on the end of the arms as the hands.
The artist for the Mari comics reading the great quotes. Hands aren't canon. Oh.
Except hands explicitly are canon for
They
some
are
reason.
explicitly canon.
But not doors.
Not doors. No doors in Metru Nui.
Yeah, it's also interesting because in the movie she has like this very long, elaborate hairstyle. In the set, though, her hair is just like one Visorak leg piece, like the little tip leg piece that's kind of attached to the back of her head. I think it implies it well enough, I guess, but like it's
much
interesting.
Like hands, it's entirely implied.
Right. It's interesting how in the movie they chose to go with that much more elaborate hairstyle.
I like both versions.
Yeah. And I say hair, of course, in quotation marks because it's some sort of mechanical tubing or something.
Yeah, it's metal.
Yeah, unclear. But yeah, so, it sort of gives that ponytail vibe. She also has high heels, which is first and last for Bionicle. We would never see this again. It's kind of cool, though. It works well. It uses a Metru foot piece for the heel of the quote-unquote shoe. And then uses Voporak eye pieces for the like claws, the clawed toes, I guess.
They make a lot of use out of Voporak eye pieces, don't
they?
they?
Yes, they do. It looks pretty unstable, but is actually shockingly sturdy. So, yeah. Good on the designers for that.
It says here that she can go for over $100.
That is true.
Now, why is that, Jacob?
No reason, I'm sure.
Why is Keetongu, the goat, my boy, at $50 and Roodaka is at $100?
I'm sure there are no reasons, Thomas.
I better hope there's not a reason.
Yeah. Pointedly looking at you, dear viewer.
If I find someone here who has a reason, this price is so high.
I'm sure it's because of all the exclusive pieces. Mm-hmm.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
Which exclusive pieces are you talking about?
All right, we're moving on from Roodaka.
Well, as a side note, when I was doing the community section, stupidly I typed in Roodaka fan art.
That was a mistake.
What a stupid move! I don't know. Like, as soon as I hit enter, I'm like, I've done something horribly wrong.
All you Bionicle fans out there, you're a bunch of freaks.
You make
that?
me
You're a bunch of little
sick.
freaks. Samuel, we're bringing back the little freaks counter just for you guys. Okay? Just for you. One little freaks for these people out here. That's all of you.
This is why we can't have female characters in Bionicle. Hosrix was the punishment for our sins.
If you don't know what Hosrix is, please look up Hosrix. Hoseryx. You will not be disappointed.
The peak of feminine beauty.
All right, moving on. So lastly, half lastly.
What does that mean?
You'll see. We got Sidorak, set number 98756. He had 211 pieces, so somewhere between Keetongu and Roodaka. His original retail price was $20, like all the others.
About in line.
And he had a dark red, black, and silver color scheme.
Which isn't my favorite color scheme. It's just...
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It doesn't
is just
stand out.
It's no Keetornge, I'll say that.
Keetongu definitely has that je ne sais quoi.
We're not French, I swear.
I will say, for example, in the Sentrakh combiner model, the dark red along with the Keetornge is actually a surprisingly pleasing color scheme that I think works really well.
Wait, so Sentrakh or Voporak?
Sentrakh. Sentrakh is dark red and
I thought
orange.
Sentrakh was
Sentrakh's black and yellow.
gray and yellow.
Because he's
Voporak
Roodaka.
has the red.
Oh, you're right. I am thinking of Voporak. I am so sorry.
Have I seen Sentrakh wrong?
I am so sorry.
Am I colorblind?
No, you're right. I apologize. It is that. He had a lot of his exclusive parts were all just dark red. So nothing like super notable, except that he did have the Nuva shoulder pieces in dark red, which is kind of cool. He had a cool play function on his left arm where you could kind of stow his arm mounted blade and you could like flick it out like a switchblade.
That's cool.
Which is kind of cool.
Was this before switchblades were illegal?
Probably. Yeah. This is
Bionicle's
probably
like,
back
here,
when,
kids.
have a switchblade. Yeah, it used a similar function that Nadiki used with his legs, where they could like fold up and then like go out, where it had like that kind of semi-flexible tube piece. So yeah, I think we also talked about that particular design in another Titan, but I forget which one it was. Anyway, on the other side, he has a hand-mounted Roodaka spinner, but he has these like 2 claws that are made from the Gali climbing claws in silver, and it's another piece that can hold the spinner in place, and then like you release it and then use the ripcord to launch it. And it's almost like he's launching it out of his hand.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about it to me, because it does a very good job of making it look like it's launching out of his hand. I don't think that fits his character, though, because you'd see that in more like a roguish character, someone who's low to the ground, like doing it quick and dirty. You'd think he'd have like some sort of staff or larger launcher for like his more commanding style.
Right.
So I think that's a massive flavor fail, even if it's a mechanical win.
Yeah, it does look really cool.
I'll give it that. Yeah.
And so he also joins the No Hands Club because this isn't really a hand. It's kind of a tool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no hands for the 2004 Titans. Okay.
No Hans.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I'm talking about.
Sidorak, of course, has all the expected articulation: hands, knees, hips. He does have this really cool, these really cool shoulder articulations. I can't say any words.
Sidorak's articulated all
You know what?
over
Add one to the little freaks counter for you two.
Unlike Jacob, who's not articulate at all, apparently.
What's wrong with the word articulation?
I'm just saying because you literally just said I can't say anything right now.
Articulate, like speaking.
Articulate.
Yeah, I got it.
I don't think he did.
You are preventing me from talking about Sidorak's extremely cool gear-based shoulder articulation, okay? Because you guys can't handle the word articulation.
Actually, we were laughing at hips.
Yeah. You said he was articulated in all the places you would expect. Or something to that effect.
I said all expected articulation.
That's what I said.
Anyways, so yeah, he does have these cool gear, like, mechanisms. Not really a mechanism.
How does it move the shoulders? Like, what do his shoulders do?
It's just like normal forward and back shoulder articulation.
Like a regular.
But the gears stand out as this sort of just like design choice that looks really cool.
Because you can see them. They're very clear.
That's funny. I've never
like
noticed
in
that
the Metro
before.
Where they're hidden.
Although, to be fair, I look at Sidorak for like 0.5 seconds ever, because every time I do, I feel like I'm just losing my memory. Like, he's so...
No, it's actually really true.
He's like Nui. He's just like a nothing bird.
As soon as I stop looking at him, I kind of forget what he looks like.
And then you look back, you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that. Well,
Yeah.
he's like a mimetic hazard.
It's true. And it's kind of cool. Like, most of the Titans in this wave, they don't really have any unmodified pieces, but Sidorak in particular just looks very Mock-like in his design.
Does, yeah. I think
which is not a bad thing
he's like
at all.
sleek almost, which I think helps with that.
And a lot of the gaps that you would normally see are closed.
Especially on the shoulders.
Yeah. Yep. Shoulders, legs, everything.
Which is a compliment, because mock makers are really good at what they do.
Are.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, I really like Sidorak's design. It actually looks really cool. It's well done. Sidorak goes for about $45 now, so definitely not quite as popular as the other two. But so if
in
you want
every
to
way,
get,
he's not as popular in every way as the other two.
But if you want to get a decent set of the 2004 Titans wave, Sidorak's probably the way to go. All right,
for a price.
Yeah, for a price. So there are actually kind of a couple more. So there's Voporak.
The 3
Which we talked
combiners,
about.
yes.
Yeah, so Voporak is a combiner that was actually sold as Voporak. So there was a box design with Voporak on it.
Kind of like how Takuta Nuva was sold separately.
Very similar. He had his own instruction manual, and so it came with all 3 of the sets with their own instruction manuals, but then also a separate Voporak instruction manual. So you could build, it was like a 3-in-1 box. So you could build all 3 of the Titans, or you could build Voporak. Your choice. He's a really just chonky, like sturdy looking model. Like, I think he looks really good. And despite being made of Keetongu, dark red and silver and black. His color scheme looks cohesive.
The color scheme does work, what blows me away. I'm like, okay. Sure.
Yeah, like certain other color schemes just don't, they kind of clash with the combiners, but his looks good. I like it. It looks like all of the combiner models look like they belong as sets. Like they could have been released on their own and I wouldn't have questioned it at all.
Yeah.
You know, which is high praise for the combiners.
Faux shizzle.
So, yeah, that's Voporak. The Shadowed one was another exclusive set that was only released as a Lego Club exclusive, and it was like a really good price. You would get the 2 sets that you need to make it, which were were Keetongu and Roodaka, and it would come with the Shadowed one instructions. But normally the Shadowed one, I think it's actually kind of unclear. There's not a lot of information on this set.
Okay.
There's no like exclusive box for it as far as I could tell. And it seems like there might have been exclusive instructions, but it's unclear. And no one is selling them online that I could find.
Are you sure they just didn't hallucinate this?
Well, I know for a fact that there was an advertisement for it in the Lego Club magazine.
Okay.
And I also know for a fact that the instructions to build the Shadowed one came in the back of the Roodaka instruction manual.
Okay.
So if you wanted to build the Shadowed one and you had Roodaka and Keetongu, you could build him from the instructions that came with the Roodaka set. Yeah.
Weird.
So kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think the Shadowed one is a really good model. We've already discussed it.
I like it.
The 3 legs, kind of strange. Unclear whether that third thing is supposed to be a leg or a tail of some sort.
I think it's a tail, actually.
I think it's a tail.
But it kind of works
It
to
definitely
stabilize him
acts-
like a third leg,
Yeah,
doesn't it? Like,
yeah.
It's kind of bizarre.
It's a little strange. He does have a really cool staff, and I like his head design a lot. Yeah.
I like the staff. That's my favorite part.
And last but absolutely not least, we've got Sentrakh.
Sentrakh, the coolest of the combiners.
And so I was 100% right. Sentrakh is Sidorak and Keetongu combiner. You guys were wrong.
Whoa.
You guys can
we
get
didn't
wrecked.
say
No,
that
we said,
wasn't.
Yeah, that's true. We said Voporak was the one. But Voporak was all
But
3.
Sidorak is dark red and...
You mean Sentrakh?
Yeah.
There's too many acts.
Sentrakh is... His color scheme is dark red and Keetorn.
No, wait. Let me see that picture.
But to be fair, the only dark red on him are his feet. And not even
And his
all
teeth.
of his feet. Okay.
Teeth, okay.
Whatever. Anyways. I knew it was that combiner. I was correct. I was looking.
Yeah, his color scheme is like gray and Keet orange.
All right, whatever. Anyway, doesn't
Saying
matter.
his color scheme is red when he has 2 pieces that are red is wrong.
Okay. Whatever.
I don't mean to bash on you too much, but you're wrong. I knew I'm not crazy.
The point is, he looks really cool. I like his design a
he
lot.
looks sick.
He has a completely different look to anything we've seen before. I love the dragon-like head with the jaw, like huge jaw. He looks intimidating. He looks scary.
I love when he's all splayed out. He's like, yeah, gonna get
He's got 4 arms.
like that Ben 10 alien.
4 arms.
Humongosaur.
General Grievous?
General Nobi. I also imagine Sentrakh to talk like this. Very, like, gravelly and undeadish. I don't know why.
Yeah, I could see that as the voice, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, Sentrakh is really cool. He's got the Borak eyes again appearing as teeth.
Behind these Borak
This is actually
eyes.
probably... And his eyes. But the teeth are probably the most common use for the Borak piece that we'll see moving
really
forward.
good teeth.
Yeah.
But also eyes. So,
Yeah.
they make good teeth and eyes. Good job, Lego designers.
Yeah.
A+. So the instruction manual, if you want to build if you want to build Sentrakh, the instructions I think are found in the back of Sidorak's manual. It's either Sidorak or Keetongu, and I'm pretty sure it's Sidorak. So
Okay.
yeah, I couldn't find good documentation on that.
An actual reason to buy Sidorak?
Exactly, or at least his instructions.
Yeah.
If you know where these are found, please let me know, because I could not find that information. So, all right, that is all for the sets. Really good Titans. What do you guys think of them?
I liked them. I think massive success for such a weird wave, especially on the Toa front, having good Titans is great. And I think this is one of the best years for Titans, period. Like, I would say second best.
I would also say, there's some pretty good ones coming up. But I do really like these, especially for the price point.
Yeah,
all of
price
them being
point's
$20
insane.
is insane value.
Yeah, I agree.
Spending $60 and getting all of these, you could not do better than that. Like,
well, I mean, that's like actually the price of some of the
later
single
ones. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
that'd be like
later on.
less than the Manus were by themselves, right?
Yeah.
The Manus were what, 80?
The Manus
The
were
Manus
80.
were 80.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
That's
crazy when you think about
to
it.
think
Yeah.
In
about.
2001?
Yeah, it was in 2001 that was like $50,000.
Inflation, baby.
I would
It's
say
like-
it feels like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Do I put a down payment on a house or get the Manus?
Yep. No, I definitely think they're really good value, and that's why they've held their value for so long.
Mhm.
You know, people just like them. They're good sets. Lack of hands notwithstanding.
I like that they don't have hands.
I hate that they don't have hands.
Hands and Bionicles are completely divorced from my mind. Like, they don't need hands. Just to have them hold stuff.
The Glatorian would like to speak with you.
Their hands work exactly like the normal Axel non-hands, so it's basically like having not hands.
Uh-huh.
It's implied to not be hands, Jacob.
All right.
Anyway,
let's move on to the community
Community
section.
section, baby. Community section.
You are now entering the community portion of the podcast. In this section, we showcase some of our favorite creations from talented and passionate members of the Bionicle fandom. All right,
There's a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get through this fast here, because we have way too much to cover.
So if we mention your mock and we barely go over it, it's not personal. It's also just super mid-afternoon here where we are in Australia.
Super mid-afternoon.
And we have to take our siesta at 1 o'clock. So, you know,
Yep.
we really
Yeah,
our
right.
siesta in Australia.
Yeah.
In Australia where we totally
You can have a
are.
siesta wherever you want.
All right. So the first one we have is a Shadowed One rebuild. And this is by our good friend Bucky.
That's not, we don't know this person,
yeah,
but
on
we feel like
TTV.
we do.
We have seen many of their mocks.
Yes.
And
'cause they're
literally
incredible.
not one single time have they disappointed me.
Good point.
That is the cold hard truth right there.
This is a dope mock. This is just so cool. I can't even like.
I know. I really like it. It's like
It's-
beefed up shadowed one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's super impressive because on first glance, it looks very similar to the actual set or the combiner set, and then you look at more and you're like, oh wow, there's so much more detail here, and he's bulked out, like we said.
Yeah.
but never compromising on the design.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's really cool. It kind of has like Godzilla language. Like if you look at the rear view where he has like the tail and whatever, it looks like Godzilla kind of on the back.
Yeah.
I'm like, huh. And
I
that's a
can see that.
cool design language to have. I really like it.
Very cool. All right. Next up, we have Shadowed One art, and this is by AnyShift9614 on Reddit. This one's also very cool. A little less bulky than the Bucky one, but also still more filled out than the original set. And he has hands.
Hands.
This one feels more like the original set if it was just had a few more pieces,
Yeah.
which I like. It looks good.
Next up, we have Keetongu art, and this is by Reddit account 10001 on Reddit.
Wow. Okay.
I love that account name.
Great
That is
account
really
name.
something special.
Wait, it's by Ari art account.
Well, their Reddit name
Their
is
Reddit
that,
name is-
but
yes.
I don't know what they're referencing here. It may be an Instagram probably because of the app, but if they're on Instagram, it's at Airy Art account.
Yeah, we've looked at Ari art account.
We have,
before.
yeah.
Have we?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Huh.
They make really good stuff. That's a really interesting take on Keetongu.
I really like this take. It's like old Earth and Guardian. 'Cause since Keetongu's said to be like ancient, super old, like making him like older construction looking. I think it's cool.
Everyone also always gives Keetongu like a hat, and I kind of like that this one doesn't have a hat, because it almost like the set sort of looks like a hat at first glance, but the way that it functions is more of like a shield, like a cover for the head, and I like that it has that, you know.
What were you gonna say, Sam?
I was just gonna say it gives me Bastion vibes.
It's totally
Overwatch.
You're right.
Totally Bastion.
True.
I really like it though. I love not only the design, but I love the actual style. Like it just is very easy to look at.
Yeah, I really like it.
All right, next up we have Keetongu art, and this is by our also other good friend, the Genius Fetus, who we do not know. But we have looked at a lot of
This
their
one,
art before.
I've been waiting to put on here
me too.
forever.
I saw this on Instagram first, a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so cool.
And
it's so scary.
The description drew the absolute unit Keetongu from Bionicle.
So true. This is hands down my favorite interpretation of Keetongu, and it's not even close.
Well, and it looks like from the Mushroom Wars game.
Yeah.
Spore Wars or whatever.
It totally does.
It really does remind me of something that you would see in like Kung Fu Panda.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how it keeps all of the like primary functions of Keetongu, like, or the primary like sort of designs of Keetongu.
Mm-hmm.
I like how it reinterprets his shield to be like a spinning like a almost nunchuck kind of,
Yeah, I don't know what that weapon
or like
is called.
a what are those things that you throw? What are those called?
Bolas.
Bolas. It's like bolas almost.
Well, I like just the monk reinterpretation kind of, right? He's got like the straps around his hands. He's got like the belt and whatever.
I love the Roodaka spinner on the belt.
And
So
the
good.
off-kilter hat. It's just cool. Look at this art. Cool.
It's really cool. And it definitely has not gotten enough love, so go give it some love, guys.
That was on X, by the way, specifically, but we've seen Genius Fetus on DeviantArt,
as
and
well.
so I'm
and
sure
they're
you
also
could,
on Instagram.
you could probably find them in multiple places. So, yeah, go check them out. All right, next up we have All Titans revamped. This is by Sparky on the TTV message boards, which I'm pretty sure we've also seen some of
we
Sparky's
have.
builds. So first up we have Keetongu,
Because Keetongu's goated.
who
and
looks very much like a mushroom.
Yeah.
It's very much
speaking
like a
of
mushroom.
the mushroom
Yeah.
wars, like
Keetongu just gives you mushroom vibes.
Yeah.
Because of the hat.
It's true. I really like this interpretation.
I think it's cool.
He's really cool.
I love like the leaner build of it. Like he's ready to throw down. He's
Yeah.
in fighting shape. Yeah.
Not an absolute unit this time around, but
Yeah.
still epic.
Yeah.
then next we have Roodaka. This one's cool. I like the way that the head tail was done.
I like the
With the
launcher
tubing.
being like a gun.
Yeah.
Like it's just
like
very
it
funny to
launches
me.
straight out from the front.
It's just blam.
It's interesting how the face design is definitely inspired by the movie.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah. I like using those claw pieces for the eyes. That's really smart.
Next up, we have Sidorak, and he is terrifying.
Giant head Sidorak.
I love he's almost caricatured because like his head and his
his
hand
hand, yeah.
is so much bigger than everything else. It's
I
very
love that
funny.
giant claw. That's cool.
Yeah. It's just yeah, it's funny. I don't hate it. It's just it's funny. I don't know. I'm like a broken record.
It is funny.
Funny,
I
funny,
agree.
funny.
Guys, you got to see the Sentrakh mock, though.
All right, well, hold on. Let's work them through. So first, we'll do the shadowed one. So this is also a very interesting take on the shadowed one, where it's much more like Anubis. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
I really like that inspiration. Definitely has that like ancient feel.
Yeah. Because this really communicates like he's fast, he's lethal, he's gonna get you.
And like Jacob said, old. Like
Yeah.
using
ancient
an
Egyptian.
Yeah.
That's a cool detail.
Good shorthand.
Yeah. So and the staff is just well built. Like it's skinny, but it's not like it doesn't
Weak.
look weak or
Yeah.
anything.
No.
Yeah.
Also, the Keetongu looks really good in this one.
It's like he's wearing pants.
I know, it's weird. It's like he is wearing pants, which I'm like, I never really think about that for Bionicles.
Next up, we have Sentrakh.
Mm-hmm.
And whoa, I like this one.
You mean this is Voporak?
This is Voporak.
This is Voporak?
Yeah,
the
this is
second
Voporak.
one?
Yes. This one.
This one?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that's
My
Voporak.
bad.
Because he has...
It's not in.
Wait, I was going to say because he has red as the color scheme, but
That's
yes.
on them both.
In real life, he has red as the color scheme.
Sentrakh
So in
has
this
the
one, he doesn't.
extra 2 arms on the back that come up and over
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than
This
a
one
third
has
arm coming
Voporak
out.
is a third arm that
Yeah.
comes
Just
down for
there.
some
You're
reason.
right.
Yeah.
I really like the Keetongu legs and with the like Descartes helmet on it. Like it's not they're not Keetongu, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I think it's very.
They actually are Keetongu.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that was Keetongu.
Yep.
I like the hands.
Mhm.
They look really nice on here too.
I think the head is cool too. Like they all like it's like kind of scrunched up. It's
Mhm.
like it's focused. It's looking at one thing.
It's definitely more beastly looking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very nice. And then last up, Sentrakh, whose mouth terrifies
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
Dude's
guy.
like half mouth, half man.
I didn't think they could make Sentrakh scarier. They did it. Good job. You did it.
Yeah, I think he's really cool. I like the 3-clawed hand. Like it works well with the mouth design because like you grab you and then zum, zum, zum,
Thomas,
zum.
can we grant this version of Sentrakh the rank of bug?
Oh yeah, he's definitely a bug.
Okay. Yeah, definitely for sure bug.
Although he has 6 limbs
True. Which makes him an insect, technically.
or a crab.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, very cool.
Next up, we have Roodaka art, and this is by Creative Mechanics on Reddit. I believe we've also looked at Creative Mechanics
think we-
before.
And this was the only Roodaka art I found that could be shared on any platform.
That is really cool.
I really like this art. I'm like, this is what Roodaka art should be, guys.
Mhm.
The snake-like hair is really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it reminds me of Medusa.
I like the Visorak coming out from behind her. It's like just as a cool aesthetic choice.
Yeah.
Too bad
And
they
since-
aren't Bogarak.
Yeah. But I do like the red for the contrast with her, right? Because it makes her pop.
Yeah.
For sure.
It looks really good.
Very
I
nicely
really
done.
like it.
She has 2 hands, which, you know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Not accurate.
Yeah, inaccurate, bad. No, this is super
it's
cool
really
art.
good.
Yeah, I like it.
Next up, we have a Roodaka remake, rebuild. I don't know what you really want to call
It's a
it.
system rebuild.
A system rebuild.
I
This-
really like this because it's designed to go with the Tahu gift with purchase set.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
it's designed to the same scale.
Oh, yeah.
By
which
the
is
way,
really
this
cool.
is by Nitron 100 on the TTV message board.
And if you scroll down, it shows like all the poses.
Mm-hmm.
You can
that
be in.
okay, that is really cool.
Yeah. I was
Like,
looking-
And it looks so much better than the Tahu one.
Yeah. Yeah, for this scale, super impressive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like the dynamic poses. I think the staff also looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So, well done.
Very
Super
well done. All right, next up we have a Sentrakh reimagined drawing, and this is by not a HF fan.
Not a Hero Factory fan.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, on TTV message
That
board.
is so cool.
This thing is really terrifying.
Yeah.
I love this.
Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa.
It is so interesting to see everybody's interpretation, like how they take it, because this is not how I'd ever interpret the original build.
No, me neither.
But it's really cool.
Yeah.
I love how they made the Roodaka spinner again a big gun.
Yeah.
I think I'm just a fan of guns and Bionicle. They're cool.
Yeah. I like the top 2 like blades on it with the
Mhm.
arms. Like, I don't know, it feels right to me. I just love Sentrakh.
Sentrakh is great.
He is definitely one of the coolest things we've
If I
seen.
saw this thing coming at me, I would probably simply pass away right there.
It actually kind of looks like something from 40K. It looks like a demon engine from 40K, but I'd have to show you guys pictures to get the context. But if you know 40K, kind of what it looks like.
Really cool.
But we move on.
All right. Next up, we have another Sentrakh drawing, and this is by Hambonus on Tumblr.
Ham bonus.
See, that's how I would picture Sentrakh.
Yeah,
This is kind of how the set looks like.
And it is interesting, like, so the other one made much more of a dinosaur look to the just general build and the head as well, like more raptorish. This one is much more bird-like.
Yeah.
And that's my interpretation of his head.
Because it just looks,
especially.
the claws or the teeth.
Yeah, so I really like this. This
really,
is,
in the grand scheme of things, how different are dinosaurs from birds? You know,
well, they do tell us they are related,
right?
And that raptors
if you saw a bird coming towards you,
velociraptors had feathers.
Jacob,
so.
if you saw a bird coming towards you and a T-Rex coming towards you, you would think they would be pretty different.
Well, it depends. How big is the bird? Is it like Quetzalcoatlus?
No, it's a sparrow.
Okay, that may have more to do with size than actual.
So you telling me they're different sizes, Jacob?
I was literally telling you that they aren't necessarily different sizes. Quetzalcoatlus is a bird.
I know.
Anyway,
Well,
this
technically
is
it's
a
a
very
dinosaur,
cool
actually.
drawing.
Yeah, I like this. Very good job. And you can just hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it quite a bit. All right, next up we have a Sidorak revamp, and this is by Bionicle _JPEG on Instagram.
Pretty dang sick.
I like this Sidorak design.
It's just like a
so cool.
chonkier version of Sidorak.
And if you go to picture number 4, I think this is what really caught my attention when I was looking at this. Like, he has his hands behind his back. I'm like, I can imagine this Sidorak being the like grand commander.
Yeah.
Like he has that presence, that build, that like contained Spartan like outlook.
Making very good use of those gear shoulders.
The Golders.
The Golders, as we like to call them. The Golders.
The Golders. Yeah, and then he also has the switchblade mechanic.
I think this is one of my favorite versions of Sidorak that we've seen, or that I've seen. The head is much better in this one especially than the actual set.
Yeah.
The actual set's very ugly in my opinion.
It wrecked actual set.
So
Hey, I like it.
Yeah,
well,
I like that.
Some
normal
of
set.
it is good. The head is my least favorite part in the actual set. So this is a nice reimagining of it.
Yep. And we are only halfway through.
You guys, y'all just made too good of MOCs.
Too much good
Yep.
art and other art.
All right, next up we have another Sidorak revamp, and this is by Ferrix J on DeviantArt,
Who we've definitely
we
seen
have looked at
before.
before. We saw the Vakama, the Hordika Vakama, and also I think the
Visorak,
Makuta
right?
Pterodactyl.
And this one just looks like the movie versions, like almost perfectly. Like the pose
Yeah,
Sidorak is in, just like
the general proportions.
yeah,
are
how tall
very
he is
similar.
compared to Vakama.
I
Like,
love the pose.
it's
That's very like confident, general in a different way. Like this, whereas the one with the arms behind his back gave like confident
that's a
and
front
strong.
line leader.
Yeah.
This guy
This
is
guy's
a
cocky.
general. Yeah,
You know, like he knows that he's good, but he's a little too confident.
he's used to
Yeah.
prestige and
Yeah.
wealth. So yeah, this is phenomenal.
Again, the head on this one's really impressive.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal how close, like it's very close to the actual the movie design, which is really
Yeah.
impressive.
Well, I think one cool
Which
detail.
I think is a big improvement from the actual set.
Yeah. One cool detail is the way this is shot. It looks like his hand is touching the fingers together when in reality they wouldn't be. It'd go in between. So
Right.
I think that's just a cool framing detail. Excellent. And more.
All right, next up we have a Keetongu reimagining by Ivan Martinov, who we also just saw last week with the Visorak, and this is on Flickr. It is
So cool.
so bug-like.
I love the 3 eyes and having the addition of the transparent purple is so cool. It goes so well with the Keetongu.
It does look really cool.
The whirling shield is so cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah. I also like the little mushrooms coming off.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah.
that's...
See, he's associated with mushrooms.
Yeah.
True. He's just a little mushroom guy.
I don't... Yeah, that is strange that is a prevailing theme, because I would never have picked Keetongu to look like a mushroom.
I also can't tell if this is a physical mock or an extremely good render. It's like super hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Either way.
Yeah.
Stupid impressive.
Phenomenal.
I love... Okay, it's actually a render because look at his knees. They are Onua's mask.
In Keetongu.
In
That's what I was going to
Keetongu.
say. A lot of these pieces aren't in
But this
these
is
colors.
like absurdly good render.
Next up, we have
This one's a little different.
suspected Keetongu prototype.
Yeah, so when I was doing some
on
research,
Biosector.
this is a prototype mock or model that people think was a early prototype for Keetongu, and I just thought it was kind of cool. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It is very
The
weird.
head is especially bizarre.
As soon as I opened it, I was like, oh, it's a xenomorph.
Yeah.
But you can at least see the concept of the whirling shield.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. And, well, it actually looks like maybe that was a prototype design of the Roodaka.
Oh, that could be as well.
Because
Right.
it has that same sort of form and was clearly intended to fly.
Yeah.
Huh.
This is a really interesting design. I
Right.
have no clue how it ended up as Keetongu, but
I mean, you can sort of see the
there's
direction.
no Keetongu.
There is no Keetongu. That color probably didn't exist yet at that point.
They had this prototype. They're like, it needs orange.
Now this next one is not real Keetongu not real Keetongu concept art. It's just someone
Nice.
did concept art based off of Keetongu.
Yeah. So this is by Poseidestroyer. P0SSIDE Destroyer.
Destroyer. Albuquerque.
Yeah, exactly.
This is really cool. Like, this is super sick.
Yeah, I really like this one.
It definitely gives the ancient feeling
Yeah.
vibe. And it kind of has the almost head shape as the first one we looked at.
Yeah, much closer
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Where it's like a contained neck.
And not that I
reminds
disapprove
me-
of the mushroom theme, but I approve of the non-mushroom theme in this
Fair
one.
enough.
Thank you.
I think this could have used a few more mushrooms, but
It reminds me a lot of the... I think his name is like Simon Stahl, the Tales from the Loop guy.
Oh, it does kind of have a Tales of the Loop vibe.
Yeah.
With the hanging off cables and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. I can see that.
Which I love that.
Yeah. That's
Art
a very
style.
cool concept art.
Yep.
All right, next up we have another Keetongu redesign, and this is by Ferrix Journey on Instagram, who is the same person as Ferrix J on DeviantArt.
Right.
So Ferrix Journey is technically who we looked at last episode. But same builder, different platform. This one is very neat. It uses a lot more system pieces than some of the others do,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it uses them quite effectively.
It kind of looks like Samurai X robot.
Yeah,
Like it has
I
a
can
mech
see
suit
that.
sort of build where it's like very filled in and like the chest area where you could fit a pilot and like skinnier down on the legs and arms.
Yeah. The staff is really cool.
The staff is really cool. I just love the contour going down into the blade.
Yeah.
Like the whole arm just making like kind of a crescent shape.
I also love that it uses the actual Takanuva staff piece, you know, like
Mhm.
no need to redesign. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know.
And the articulation's really good, like him being able to do like the sitting yoga pose.
Yep.
Like meditation pose.
Oh,
This-
that is really impressive.
Yeah, this is cool. And
Now-
it only has one eye, which as it should be, instead of having two fake eyes somewhere else.
Also, Thomas, just so you know, this one is not Keetongu. This is actually just yellow.
Yeah.
Although it looks like actually on second glance, it looks like it's a mix of yellow and Keetongu. So never mind that
You
actually.
lied to me?
I did, but it was unintentional, I promise. It was just the lighting made it look like it was all one color, but it's actually 2 different colors.
Wow, there's a lot of Keetongu art and MOCs.
People love
out here.
Keetongu, man. I don't know what to tell you.
He is really cool.
Keetongu's super cool.
All right, next up we have another Keetongu redesign. This is by Ben. I don't know how to pronounce
This is
his
Ben
name.
Kossi.
It's Kossi. Okay, that's how it's gonna
He is
say.
a goat. This guy, legend in the Bionicle community.
Yeah, he has a lot of YouTube videos.
Tons
on
of
builds
amazing
and-
YouTube videos.
yeah.
Actually, huge inspiration for me, at least. And I love his stuff. I'm really glad we got to finally showcase something of his.
Yeah, this is so cool. So clean.
I think the second picture is actually even more impressive. You see some more detail. It's so cool. Like,
yeah.
His style, he uses a lot of system to really build it out. But in this case, like, it's so worth it.
Yeah.
Just the general smoothness of the whole model is crazy. It kind of reminds me of Baymax in a way, when Baymax is in his full armor, right? And it's like, it feels like that, where you have the larger chunks of just very smooth armor, but then some bits of way more intricate detail.
Yeah.
Which is not like Baymax, but I think it works really well for the Bionicle aesthetic.
Also, go to the last slide and check out his absolutely enormous club.
Well, actually, go to slide number 4 and look at the close-up on his hand with fully
that's what I was gonna
articulated
say.
fingers.
His hand
Yeah.
must be huge, because those are click clacks, and it's like he has 5 fingers. Well, 4 fingers and a thumb for all of you technical people out there.
We're not in the technical section, so we're fine.
Yeah, so that is really impressive.
Yeah. That club is enormous.
Yeah, it is huge.
That thing could wreck Sidorak.
Yeah.
Now you know why he didn't get sent to the Red Star.
There was no
Nothing
reduced to Adam. No, I think in the second picture, I think it's so cool the way he naturally poses, like kind of hunched over, like always ready. Like looking at this, I think, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. That's Keetongu. He's ready to go.
Yep.
So this is so cool.
Now, I did manage to find some Roodaka art that was not horrific.
That was not.
That didn't burn your eyeballs out. So there's these last few are, I think, really neat.
Telling me you went to DeviantArt and looked up Roodaka and you somehow got a good result.
Honestly, truly a miracle.
Do you want to walk through these, Jacob?
Sure. So the first one is by Darth Spectre on ArtStation. And I feel like this one, it gets that, like, Queen vibe.
Yeah,
you know?
it's definitely a more queenly vibe.
Which I like. I think it's really cool. That's not something we typically see more of, like a scheming, you know, kind of businesswoman vibe almost.
Yeah,
you
you go businesswoman or like loyal advisor, scheming advisor.
Yeah.
Yzma.
Where you don't see like that like kind of noble bearing as much. And I really like this take. And I think her staff is really cool in particular.
Yeah, I do like the staff. And I think the posing's very good with like the hair going the other way. It gives a nice dynamic motion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so interesting how so many MOCs and art renditions of Roodaka give her that blue like highlight, because there is no blue to be found in the set at all. Although this one tones the blue way down as opposed to other ones, and it keeps her hair being silver, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and the super long movie style hair as well.
Right. So I really like that art piece. Next up, there's another one that I could only find a good version of on Pinterest, but it appears to be by Roborub. And this one is interesting. It's very dinosaur-like.
Yeah, she does kind of look like a dinosaur.
Which is not weird. Like a bad thing. It's much more alien in appearance than other ones have been.
It's just weird because like her legs are like 2 times longer than her head and torso
long.
combined. Like
very
it's just
long.
It's weird to look at.
Yeah, I think it's
got
interesting.
A jaw too.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So you got some serious
She's
chompers
been
on her.
mewing a lot.
Looks maxing.
Looks maxing. Oh man.
Yeah.
Now we're referencing memes from 2020. Yikes.
Looks maxing's not from 2020. 2020 was the pandemic.
I know. I don't know how long ago it was.
Anyway, it's cool. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's kind of fun playing with the proportions like that.
Yeah, I like.
She looks like a Tron Uprising character, where
Yeah.
the legs are just ginormous. Okay, now, next up, we have from our good friend Maro Ghost, who we actually do semi-know and have contact with. We have, first up, a Roodaka and Sidorak mock build, or render, not a mock build, the render.
It is a digital mock, and then it is rendered.
Yeah, and it
So-
looks really cool.
I love that use of the Visorak piece as Sidorak's
Mhm.
knife.
Part of the hurting blade.
Yeah.
Like, it makes sense, first off, because it's a hurting blade and he's hurting Visorak. Second, because you can fit the Roodaka spinner on
Right.
it. And third, because it just looks heckin' cool, especially with the black Borak eye,
Yeah.
or where that Visorak eye is. Like, very inspired design choice. And also, his hips are bigger than Roodaka's. Curious.
Bro's got them thick. I do think I like the Roodaka spinner being there a lot better than
Mhm.
just randomly in his hand for some reason.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Like he's about to palm strike you with the
Yeah,
Roodaka spinner.
exactly. Yeah, I really like it. I like his pose. I love the head design. Head design looks great.
Yeah. It is cool also that Roodaka looks slim in this picture, because in most of them she's not, even in the normal model she's not. But, in the movie they try to go with a more slim design, so this definitely is more in line with that.
In line. Slender. Like a line. Ha 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 ha.
You're banned from making jokes.
Dang it.
But we also have one more from Maro Ghost, and this is the Shadowed One.
This is so sick.
Yeah.
I love that throne build. Thomas,
Ye-
I'm surprised you're not drooling based off how much we know you love thrones.
That's just a made up fact about me, okay?
It is 100% true.
It's a true
fact.
made up fact about me. No, but yeah, the throne build is really cool because you don't see chairs very often in Bionicle.
You don't see furniture or really any accessories in Bionicle
Yeah.
very much, aside from weapons.
Yeah, because it's just kind of piece intensive to make them.
Mhm.
But since it's rendered or it's done digitally, you don't have to worry about that. And also, it's the iconic pose of him sitting in his chair
Right.
with his staff. Just, it's a cool looking build. And again, very slim. Which in that drawing, he does look very slim.
I am wondering where the tail is. Maybe there's a hole in the back of the throne for his tail.
Like how creatures with tails will have holes in their pants or whatever. He just has a
Right.
hole in his throne.
Honestly, I could totally see him doing that.
That would be funny. I do like the is that in the original set, having the ripcord be part of the staff?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because that's a really cool way to implement that. Just
That
from
is a pretty
looks
cool
point.
design.
Yeah, so
I don't remember if that's in the set or not. I have to look at it again.
that's really cool.
I like the head design, how it kind of updates the look from the set, but gives it a more cohesive spin.
The hands are also really cool with
Mhm.
those are the mixel joints,
Using
right?
those mixel joints.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Yeah. Well done once again, Maro Ghost.
Another banger Maro Ghost classic.
I don't think the guy can miss, honestly.
No, bro's a sniper.
All right, now this last one I know Thomas is going to like because it has a throne. And Thomas loves people sitting in thrones for some reason. I don't know why.
The thrones are cool.
They are cool. Don't get me wrong. I think this is really cool. I like this art.
Yeah.
Again, now this is that scheming advisor vibe we're looking
It's
for,
like,
you know? Yeah.
I like how small the Visorak is. Though.
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
It's a baby Visorak. The other ones are bigger. Or maybe they're just closer to the, camera or whatever.
Yeah, maybe it's a weird warped perspective thing.
By the way, this is by Victor Moda on DeviantArt.
Thank you.
I do like how robotic she looks in this. Like she looks very set accurate almost.
Yeah, super set accurate with those blue highlights.
So very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Very good job, everybody. That was a lot community stuff.
Yeah.
People love mostly Roodaka and Keetongu.
Yeah.
Not so much love for Sidorak, but we managed to get some stuff in there.
Yeah.
I looked up Sidorak art, and the only things I found really were official comic book interpretations.
Yeah,
of
that's
Sidorak.
what came up for me. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. You know what? You guys got homework now because you're little freaks. We're punishing you with homework. All right. You have to go draw some Sidorak art, okay? Get your mind out of the Roodaka
For
gutter.
every 20 Roodaka fan arts, you must make one Sidorak
Yes.
art.
And it has to be good, okay? I don't want to see wimpy Sidorak. I want to see...
No Simperak, only Sidorak.
Yes, no Sidorak.
No Satirak either. Bro's name just
Make us some Sidorak art and send it to us, please.
Yeah. We want cool Sidorak.
Yeah.
We want grand leader of army that has conquered entire nations, Sidorak.
Yes. Destroyer of lands, Sidorak.
And maybe some take credit for other people's work, Sidorak.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Also, if you have any questions about anything that we said in the episode or anything for us, go ahead and type hashtag AskBonkle or Ask Bionicle down in the comments. We are going to do an episode coming up here pretty soon where we answer all your guys' questions. So make sure that if you have, anything you want to ask us, we'd be more than happy to.
Not anything.
Mostly anything you want to ask us. Any topics revolving around Roodaka are forbidden.
You're banned.
But yeah, we want to hear from you guys, and we are really looking forward to answering some of these questions. So.
Yep. Thank you all for listening. Good night. Have a great drive home.
Good night.
Yeah.
It's daytime. What are you talking about?
It's their night.
Oh, it's their night, right?
Yeah,
because they don't live in Australia.
Because this releases at 2:00 Pacific Standard Time.
Correct.
So they all live in Germany, and it's night there.
I thought you could just said, like, since they were on their way home, you were just saying more like good evening, have a nice drive home from
I'm not
work.
gonna say good evening.
It's 5:00 on the East Coast. They're all driving home.
It's 5:00 somewhere. All right.
Anyway,
Good night.
Hey.
This brings us to the end of today's podcast. If you enjoyed the discussion, please follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. If you like to watch instead of listen, you can also find us on YouTube. The Barraki Talk Show is only made possible thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. Before we truly end today's episode, I just want to introduce a brief new section called the Bloopers section, where there was some funny stuff that didn't fit with the flow of the video, so I'm putting it here now. If you want to listen to it, go right ahead. It's kind of funny. Anyway, I think that was a pretty good interpretation of Roodaka in the modern podcasting world.
Yeah.
He would convert Bakama through podcast.
Oh gosh. I thought we decided Roodaka does ASMR.
Well, but yeah, it's like a psyop ASMR.
Oh right. Yeah.
I like to think that Bakama sleeps with those self-help books, but then at some point Roodaka switches out his self-help
It's
books
just like,
for
you're a
Roodaka's
loser.
self-help books, right? And it's, just her reading to him.
likes it.
You're the worst leader they could possibly ask for.
I love how you
Oh,
said
no
that
one
in
listening
Trump's
in. No,
voice
that's
for some
true.
reason.
That's true.
You are literally better than God.
Roodaka is now Trump.
Yeah, why?
Bakama of the Toa Metru.
No, please. I can't handle it.
You can't handle the Trump.
Okay, anyway.
We can
Logically
be
true.
bees.
In
Bee
practice,
rain
though,
run. Okay, no more filming at night. We're doing insane.
What are you talking about? It's broad daylight, Thomas. Where we
Broad
live
daylight.
in Bora Bora.
Here in sunny the Atlantic Ocean.
So you're saying Kreka is as powerful as Nocturne?
we're gonna find out that Kreka, at the end of the series, Kreka is actually more powerful than the Great Spirit. He's literally just like
Kreka is the Great Spirit.
He's the Greater Spirit.
Oh gosh.
So
So then when Makuta absorbed him, that's how he defeated the Great Spirit.
you can't say that.
What? Didn't we do that already? Yeah.
Defeat the Great Spirit?
Yeah.
I mean,
Put him to sleep.
but that wasn't through physical strength.
Who says so?
Maybe.
Huh?
Good point.
It didn't happen until he absorbed Kreka. So.
Yeah, exactly. See?
That's a good point. He did absorb Kreka, and then immediately Metru Nui falls asleep. And and it causes the entire Great Cataclysm, meaning Kreka was the glue holding the world together.
Remember, kids, correlation always equals
Always.
causation. Always.
Wait, and then Kreka and Nadiki couldn't beat the Toa Metru, who single-handedly, as a team, defeated Makuta, which is another Kreka upscale, because then Makuta then beats, like, the Toa Mata almost. It will become the Toa Nuva, another Kreka upscale.
Are you overthinking this?
No.
Yes.
For our final blooper, this is the assorted 30 or so seconds of extra Roodaka laughter that I had to cut out during that section.
We can never film this late again.
We're banned.
Oh, it hurts.